other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
Welcome to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston. Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane. Here are Peter and Anthony with Sports 56 Mornings.
Cruise ship.
I believe the trial version of Zoom has ran out. My joint ain't working. Nah, it'll come out. My joint is not logging on, son.
Oh, Anthony Sane is here. I'm Peter Edmiston. You can see me right here. Hi. How's it going? Good to see you. And of course, Zach Boyd wearing the nuclear shirt today. But Anthony Sane's, you can't see him. We're having some issues with his login, but he's there.
Relax. Now, ain't no issue with the login. It's the issue with this.
There you go.
Here
he comes. There he comes. See, there he is, ladies and gentlemen. You were worried about him, but don't worry.
Yeah,
you heard his voice, but you're like, where is he? Where's Sane? What's happening? Where is he? Where can he be? I'm freaking out. No,
back in this joint.
He's back in this Family Leisure broadcast studio, which is where we are doing this. And we're doing it live, baby. We're doing it live and local. We're making it happen. Here we go. Today on the program, boy, we've got a big one for you on this Wednesday. The Grizzlies are back in action. We're going to talk to Rob Fisher about that, among other things. The much hyped injury report came out, and boom, 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 boom.
Try to tell you all these things, man.
Jaren Jackson Jr. Will not play. Will never play again, probably.
And also day 2. Today is also day 2 of people saying and doing dumb stuff.
Well, we're actually on day 5 million of that. Basically, since Homo sapiens started wandering the earth,
humans into the chat.
Pretty much, we've kind of keep doing that. So, yes, there is that. We'll talk about that. We'll talk to Coach JJ coming up in about an hour's time. And Jermaine Johnson, assistant coach for the University of Memphis, as they get prepared for the conference tournament, which gets underway tomorrow. And the Tigers, their part of it will get underway Friday as they take on the winner of UCF East Carolina from round 1. They do at least get that bye as the 3rd seed in the tournament, getting some love from the likes of Andy Katz and others nationally, saying that they are a threat to steal a bid. They're a threat to win their conference tournament and steal a bid. So that's a nice little bit of confidence boosting and some positivity around the Tigers at this point. You'll hear from Coach JJ. We'll talk about it. I'm sure he's full of positivity around the Tigers. There's no question about that. So we'll talk to him coming up at 8 o'clock. And as I said, Rob Fisher at 9 o'clock, and also we'll discuss a whole bunch in the meantime, including more stupidity from this time from an athlete. And
yep, athletes say dumb stuff too. I know the coaches and GMs and owners, governors have been the ones that have led the charge in saying and doing stupid things. But you know, players are capable of doing dumb things.
Certainly, and then this one was a very, very dumb thing. In particular. So we'll talk about that coming up here in just a little bit. Now, if you want to join the program, you can. There's a number of ways you can do it, obviously. If you want to call Zach, what's the number that they can use to dial you?
That's our First Bank phone line. That's 901-360-8255.
Okay. Boom. Got it. What about if they want to text? Do you know the new number?
Yeah. So if you want to text us at 70236. 70236.
He's got this.
And if you're new to the text line. You must text 56 join to 70236. You just need to do it one time.
One time.
And you're lock and loaded, man.
Okay. What about on the chat?
Oh, yeah. You just hit up the chat line on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, StreamWire, LimeWire.
Yeah, LimeWire, Napster.
Napster,
Yep.
MySpace,
Yep.
Black
Crack
Planet,
Streams. Yeah.
Correction.
Farmers Only.
Farmers Only,
Yeah, Black Sports Online.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We're part of that.
Yeah. Either.
Several adult places.
A lot of. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Any of those are all out there. of
Whatever
course.
tickle your fancy.
Yeah.
CBSNews.com. We're all over the place on this.
But
Drudge Report.
if you can see our face, put some words in the empty space.
If you see our face, it's time to start chatting.
Oh, man. You can follow Peter Edmiston at Peter Edmiston. You can follow Anthony Sane.
Don't throw an extra N in there. It's Edmiston, not Edmonston. Everyone wants to.
Man, I just spelled your name wrong for 10 years.
Yeah, everyone does. Everyone does.
Miston.
We still, to this.
Miston.
We're helping the teachers in our class doing some PTA stuff, and send them. My wife and I will send them information, and then God bless them. I love our teachers; they're wonderful. But then they'll send it back to they'll amplify it to the entire class and say, Mr. and Mrs. Edmonston. I'm like, we put a thing to just copy and paste with our name spelled correctly, and somehow it ends up spelled incorrectly.
Right.
It's like she thought we didn't spell our names right or something. I don't understand it.
It's kind of like dilemma.
Just Edmiston.
Like the word dilemma. Have you seen a lot of people put an unnecessary N in the word dilemma? It's doesn't even make any sense to be there.
Yeah, I used to do that. It was very strange, but it was.
It's a phenomenon actually.
It's one of your.
It's a Mandela theory.
Yeah. The Snyder theory, I believe they call that.
No, but that's kind of scary though, bro. Like, why do we want to put an N in the word dilemma? Like, there's no N sound, but like there are millions of people.
We call that the Papa John theory.
Yeah,
when
that's
you put
the
N word where you don't need to be putting
words
it.
where they don't need to be there. The Papa John.
The Papa John theory. You got to watch out for that one.
It takes about 20 years, 20 months.
Yeah, 20 months. So 20 months of hard work can help you
to cycle
to
it
solve
in.
that.
It took me that long to get the N out of dilemma. Once I realized that wasn't a thing.
And what about if you put an H on it? That's the other thing. The other question
yeah.
you might have if you have to be careful with that one.
Right.
Too. So anyway, yes. Edmiston is just no N. Correct.
It's the mist.
It's like a mist, the mist of God.
It's like a.
Sure, if you want to put it that way.
That's exactly right. We're gonna blow that. We're gonna blow that COVID away.
That mist.
Like the Great Muda. I mean, like the Great Muda. Kabuki. Kabuki. Not the Green Mist. And of course, the Green Mist was devastating. The Green Mist but the Red Mist was really the worst one. If you got hit with the Red Mist, you basically you probably died. I never understood how the referee can count 1, 2, 3 when this guy's clearly just got green all over his face. like obviously something has happened. It looked like he got slimed on Nickelodeon,
right.
And like the ref's like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3. It's
I guess I'm
just
like
a normal thing. That's fine.
He took the vaccine.
Yeah, ridiculous. Come on now, don't start giving that.
My thing was, how
don't
did
start
they
giving
keep,
people that idea.
I always wondered, like, how were they had something like some kind of packet or something in their mouth, like. Did they have this in their mouth the whole time? Did they sneak this in during a? Was there a spot
they had it in their mouth the whole time. Or those guys would have it under their tongue. Dude, did you know? I mean, did you know that some of the guys, the old school wrestlers, would have their razor blades,
a piece of
under their
blade.
tongue.
Mm-hmm.
They would keep that in their mouth, like
the whole time. Them dudes' mouths just
and somehow wouldn't like cut themselves up to pieces. Like right. I don't know how you wrestle. You're like in the ring bouncing, and somehow you keep a blade in your mouth.
Well, it would be a piece of a blade. It wasn't like a whole razor blade. It was. Like
I know, but it doesn't matter. That's even worse. A tiny little thing. You're keeping that like somehow in your mouth. Like you're not just a bloody mess. I don't understand.
Yeah, that whole thing is crazy to me. Then you see wrestlers whose foreheads would just look like chewed up meat from all the blading they've been doing over the years.
Oh God, yeah, Dusty Rhodes.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Forehead
his hair
just
is,
done.
oh man, just if you touch, and it gets to the point where if you just touch it, it starts bleeding. Like, and you just graze it because it's little tissue paper covering up his
Yeah,
skin
man.
there.
The things those guys did for $50 weekends back in the day, bro.
Ooh, man.
Yeah, because those guys weren't making a ton of money, man. They're literally cutting their foreheads up just for people to be like,
constantly,
he's
just the
bleeding.
nastiest. I
Yep.
mean, just blood everywhere. No hygiene whatsoever. Everyone just bleeding on each other. Oh God, it's disgusting.
Let me go
Anyway,
ahead. And
Anthony
finish.
Sane. What about Anthony Sane? Yeah, go ahead and finish.
Yeah.
We
You can-
interrupted.
Yeah,
you can-
man.
You can follow.
You can find me.
You can follow Anthony Sane at Sane Asylum on Twitter. Anthony Sane on Facebook. NBA Sane and the Sane
You
Asylum.
follow Anthony
podcast.
Sane on Facebook?
I mean, if you want to be friends with him,
Yeah, I'm about to get rid of my personal page, man. I'm about to go straight.
Yeah, I was
fan
gonna say
page.
I don't think I don't think Anthony Sane wants to be. Does Anthony Sane want to be friends with you?
Yeah, I might go straight fan page, man. I know some people who've done that, and it's the funniest thing in the world to see.
I love it.
and then you can follow yours truly at Rack City Zach on Twitter.
Okay, all right, very good, Zach. Thank you very much. We didn't prepare you for that, but you nailed
Did well,
you
Zach.
nailed the intro perfectly. Excellent job, Zachary. Well done.
My mama
Zacharias.
always told me
The
to
Lord
always
is
be
proud.
prepared.
Yes,
To be prepared.
that's right. Your mama and the Boy Scouts were both right. Be prepared.
Yet you're never prepared.
And the old mechanic who fixed my horn. And he said, "Be prepared," and that's important too. Let's
And
never forget
Star
that
said,
either.
"Be prepared." So it's like
Peter, do you have any more Boy Scout leader troop stories you want to tell us?
I don't. I was never a Boy Scout, and I was never
Oh,
was
okay.
not a Cub Scout, nor a Boy Scout, nor an Eagle Scout, nor any of that stuff. So I have no stories about that. In fact, I don't even really know. I just know that "Be prepared" was the motto of the Boy Scouts. So
Yeah.
that's what I got. But hey, if you're a Boy Scout, good for you, and all that. Anthony, Sane, were you a Boy Scout?
No, I wanted to be, but it was hard to find those in the hood.
Well,
A dude came to my school when I was in either kindergarten, one of those grades, because they come to the elementary school, but my parents didn't sign me up for it. I wish I could go back and ask them why. Was it free? No,
no, I don't think so.
it probably was a money thing. We grew up
Yeah,
in
there's
immense
some-
poverty as a child.
There's some money involved. There's some money involved in it. So that might have been the situation there.
And plus, back then, wasn't there a lot of like overnight, spending the night and all that kind of stuff going on?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think my parents were down
still
for all that. Yeah, and they probably wisely so, but they weren't.
Yeah.
They weren't with
Yeah.
the. Yeah, I think it was something like that. I don't think they really trusted the whole premise of. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We didn't
Mm-hmm.
take part in that either. But hey, there you go. Did you watch the Gonzaga game last night? Gonzaga BYU, a very good college basketball game. One of the rare times you'll hear me say that. I'm the quality college. I'll watch tons of college basketball now around tournament time because that's when it's exciting,
Kinda
and
got to.
compelling, and all that stuff. But I'm not the world's biggest college basketball guy in terms of
very hard to
quality
watch.
and stuff. But that was a good game, really good game. Jalen Suggs looks. Woo! I jumped on FanDuel Sportsbook. I'll just tell you this right now. I hope you jumped on FanDuel Sportsbook, sportsbook.fanduel.com. That's the site. They got same game parlays. And remember, I tell you about the live betting options. Well, if you've taken advantage of the live betting options last night on that Gonzaga BYU game, which were plentiful, you could have gotten Gonzaga on the money line at basically even odds. This is an undefeated team taking on BYU, who's good, certainly very good, but not not necessarily at their level. You could have gotten them as basically an even money bet. That's a rare thing. They opened up as like a minus 700 something big, and if you just kind of waited and watched, and when they were down 10 at the half, it was basically an even money bet. You could have just piled up on that. And I hope some people made some serious money on FanDuel Sportsbook. Hope you use promo code BIGHEAD to sign up as well. And I hope you know that the terms do apply. You got to be 21 or older and present in the state of Tennessee. For gambling problems, call 1-889-9789. FanDuel Sportsbook. I hope you jumped on FanDuel Sportsbook, though. I hope you did because Gonzaga was down big and came back to win it, to remain unbeaten. Now they go into the NCAA tournament unbeaten, and they are one of the teams that has a chance. And we haven't seen it yet, but you can yeah, they've got a very good opportunity. And saying if you like watching prospects, potential NBA players, then you like watching that team because there are a few on there, and two in particular that stood out. Obviously, Jalen Suggs is. It's unlikely that the Grizzlies are going to have any part of Jalen Suggs. He's going to be gone long before they draft. Tank extremely hard and extremely effectively over the next 40 games. Most likely Suggs will be gone, but he is a really special talent to watch him play. But the kid I have my eyes on is Corey Kispert, and he will be there when the Grizzlies draft, I think. And,
he could. It's those kind of guys always like. It's always a guy who people say, well, he'll be at 20, and then by the time that the draft comes around, he moves up to because people realize he's good. I can't guarantee he's going to be there. It's a guy like that every year. It was Campaign one year. It was just a ton of guys. What's the guy? Crap, man. Center for the Hawks.
John Collins?
No.
Capella?
Yeah, it's a guy. It's always a guy every year that somebody says, oh, he'll be there in the 20s, and he's top 10. Every year it's a guy that you always assume, well, he'll be around it. Nah, and if you can recognize that guy now, he won't be there when the draft comes around. He could.
Yeah, I don't. Again, I think
it's a super deep
will
draft
be
too.
in that neighborhood because of the depth of the draft. Who knows? And again, you saw Cameron Johnson and those guys, like you said, they jump up. Guys are taken higher than you expect. But Kispert, man, he's a player. Is a flat foot shooter, is what he is. He is tall. He's 6'8", and can shoot it like. He is a natural shooter. You put him alongside Desmond Bane, and all of a sudden you have like an incredible amount of shooting for the Grizzlies. He fits like this dude. This dude was shooting 50% from three for most of the season until he had a cold streak of about 38%, which has dropped him down to 45% now for the year on 6 attempts a game. This dude, when you watch him shoot, it's you like Desmond Bane's shot, you're going to love Kispert's shot. It is pure, and he does it, and he can do it off on the move. He's not just a standstill shooter. He can shoot off the move, all that stuff. You like what Duncan Robinson did? Kispert can do that, and probably a good bit more.
You know what?
I love this kid.
Something I've grown out of that I used to do a lot, but I don't do anymore, and I'm proud of. I don't overthink shooters. And I see a lot of people when they do draft analysis overthink guys that can flat out shoot the ball. Now, there are guys who can shoot but they can't play basketball, if that makes any sense. But guys who can play and can flat out shoot the ball, I don't care if their arms are, arms as long as a yardstick combined. Like, I don't care if they what it is. If guys who can flat out shoot the ball and can play basketball are a talent in the NBA. They are a valuable asset, a valuable commodity in the NBA. And I've seen so many teams, including the Memphis Grizzlies, overlook guys that could just flat out shoot the ball. And to see this front office just say, look, you guys are going to let Desmond Bane fall close to us? Okay, we're going to trade him to go get Desmond Bane. Okay, Boston, you want to be smart and you're going to pass on Desmond Bane? Hey, we'll take him. And I think guys like Kispert are perfect examples of those guys that some front office, a bunch of front offices are going to be super smart about, and they're going to let him fall. I don't think he's going to fall like Lolo. I don't think he goes past 12 or 13. Just being honest with you, I don't see how he could. But I'm preparing to see the Let It Fly energy drinks commercials now with Corey Kispert.
Oh.
What's Mike Miller?
There's tremendous Mike Miller energy coming from him. He's got the goofy headband, just like Mike Miller. He got the whole thing going. And again, just like Mike Miller, man. He's a. I think people would be miscasting him if you think he's going to be a super duper, extraordinary second banana type guy. That's not him. But if you put him on a good team and you surround like Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., Justice Winslow, Desmond Bane, and then throw Kispert in there as a shooter as well. You could put some lineups together that are crazy. That are crazy, and that's all. That's what you want. You need that legit spacing. You need legit guys that can knock it down. That can. And he's not. I'm not going to say he's going to be I don't think he's a great defensive player, but I don't think it's going to be so bad that it's just like a guy that shoots that well. But you have to just be
Just draft him. If he's there, you
toxic
just take
on
him.
de-
Yeah.
You have to just be toxic on defense.
Yeah,
not
you have to be-
touch.
yeah, exactly.
Like, I mean, oh my God. Like, and he just, yeah. So anyway, a guy with a 6'8", a guy with that size who can shoot like that, forget about it. I mean,
Can handle the ball. Yeah.
Yeah.
If that guy's available at the Grizzlies pick, man.
Again, they'll say, "Oh, he's 22." You know, yeah, that's it's just like
Hey,
he's
that
got
means he's on the
Grizzlies written
same
all over.
timeline as his timeline
Exactly.
as you already got. I mean, that's
Exactly.
fine. That's fine.
He's
You
got
need-
Grizzlies written all over him, man. I'm telling
if
you, he's got
if you're
Grizzlies
if
written
you're
all over
going to use next year as your first year to really go out there and really try to compete, you need guys who are ready to play, who can come in and they're ready to go. You may not need a guy who you're trying to develop and catch up and all these type of things. So a guy like him would be perfect. Like I've had my eyes
Again,
on
this
him.
dude's a 41% 3-point shooter for his career in college on 617 shots.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a fluke. You know, that's a
Right.
legit mega. You can't find. I'd have to do a little research, see if I can find some. I don't know that you can find anyone that's too many guys that are on that level of shooting. That have taken that many threes
Right.
and are still over 40%. Come on, man.
Oh yeah, he's an incredible player, man, and I hope that he's the guy that I've got on the Grizzlies' radar. And I'm that Patty prospect guy. Like I'm not that guy at all. Like I don't sit up
Yeah.
and keep up with these dudes all year long. But this guy, he's one I've kept an eye on, and I'd be super excited for the Grizzlies to come back with him in the draft. And I think they had their eyes on him too. I think he's a guy, he's a guy worth massaging wins and losses over, to stay within the same
No, I
range.
think and that's yes, which we'll talk about that too. But yeah, I think that's the other thing that's interesting is that, that he fits their. They have obviously Gonzaga. Is certainly a program they look at very closely. There's no doubt about that. But they also they have certain criteria of guys that they're looking at, and he kind of fits it. He's a high IQ guy. He's a a very mature guy, good teammate, leadership, all that sort of thing. Right there, like he's all those types of dudes right there. So he's and he shoots 90% from the free throw line as well. So again, that's another example right there. So it's just a he's like a better Joe Harris.
Yeah.
If you like Joe Harris and what he does, he's like a better version of Joe Harris. So
For sure.
I mean, I think
I'm super down for him.
he's
I
the real- he's the real
I'd
deal.
watch college basketball for Corey Kispert, man.
Now, and again, like I said, obviously, would you rather, with the Grizzlies, love to get Jalen Suggs or Kate
Yeah.
Cunningham, or obviously,
Jalen
but
Green.
I'm
or-
assuming that's not going to happen. So, Kuminga, all these guys, I'm they're those guys are going to be the Grizzlies are draft.
Right.
If the Grizzlies end up in the then they've either gotten incredibly low the draft lottery or something terribly weird has happened
Right.
in the second half of the season. Either way, I'm not going to go and prepare for it. But a guy like Kispert, where you start drafting in the mid-teens, okay, yeah. And this is where I watch the tournament, not only to watch the tournament and enjoy it, but also to start looking at guys like this and just keep an eye on him. And man, super impressive guy. It's the Desmond Bane thing, man. When the shot goes up, you just expect it. You're just mad when it doesn't go in. Every one of them looks like they're going to go in. It's like, come on, you missed a shot, jerk. Desmond Bane, when he misses a three, it's just like, what is wrong? You missed a shot? Oh,
Yeah.
so disappointed in you. I expect them all to fall, man.
Yeah,
They-
Bane's what's Bane shooting on the season now, man? It seems like Bane been letting me down.
45. It's 40. It's 40. It's
Come
still
on, man.
45%,
What are we
I think.
doing, man? That's what we doing
I
out
know.
here.
I know.
It's like you're not good enough to shoot.
I wish
He was,
Bane. I wish
he
Bane
was like
just,
he was like 50%.
I wish Bane would just get more attempts up, man. Like I wish he would just
I know. Yeah, he's at 44.3% on 4 attempts a game.
because his last game against the Bucks, the way he got that shot off, like that was super encouraging to me. I was like, dude, you got that off like with no space, no time.
He can do that.
Yeah,
he can do that.
Like
he can do that.
man.
It's no
I wish
problem.
that dude would just let it ride, man. Like for sure. But yeah,
Yeah, there's a little too much of the drive and
Yeah,
offense.
man.
I just shoot, man. Just shoot it. I want him to
you need to
shoot.
stop listening to your vet, Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, no.
You gotta
You
get
are
buckets,
a
man.
million times better
You
shooter.
gotta
than-
get buckets,
than-
man. Just get the ball and go, man.
It's like John Lennon out here.
Right.
Oh well, you gotta get buckets, man.
These
Go,
OnlyFans
go,
girls aren't
man.
paying attention to you shooting threes, bro. You've got to go to the basket, man.
These girls love contact. Man. You gotta be.
It's
physical,
me,
like,
Jaron, and Ja
and Jared, and a film.
And maybe you.
Film study on OnlyFans. And,
OnlyFans.
I can only film. And
Yeah, you gotta stop. Yeah, man, you gotta stop all that, man. Just let that junk ride, bro. For real.
exactly right. All right, so when we come back, we'll talk about the other NBA story of the day, which was stupidity, man. Stupidity and racism.
One of these things is not like the other. One of these things does not belong.
Man, oh man.
If you look at pictures of your boy, you'll see that, who's shocked.
Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Do you know who I am?
Who are you?
I'm Superfly TNT.
Johnny Radio.
Where do you want to be? 1 to 3? Right here with me. Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1 FM, Monday through Friday. This is Sports 56 Happy Hour, your good buddy Johnny Radio.
They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest, and every new, latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better, they've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises.
Looking for a great place to deposit your money? Try First Bank. Competitive CD rates, a money market that moves with Wall Street prime and interest-bearing checking account options. Not to mention their friendly bankers who make decisions locally. To find out more, stop by one of First Bank's 3 local branches. 6482 Poplar Avenue, just east of International Paper. 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase. And 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland. Or visit firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC.
It's time, Memphis. Tune into Fox Sports Southeast and watch your next-gen Grizzlies tonight at 7 p.m. when they take on the Washington Wizards, presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. Check out Grizzlies.com for more information.
Looking for a high-efficiency planting solution? The Case IH 2150 Early Riser Planter combines the industry's most accurate planter technologies with a rugged row unit for a fast and uniform emergence. The Case IH 2150 Early Riser operates at your speed and adapts to unique field conditions so that you can maximize your yield potential. Stop in or call Mid-South Ag Equipment at 662-890-3141 to learn more. That's Mid-South Ag, your Case IH Equipment headquarters.
Sports 56 traffic.
There's only one accident to report this morning. We're in an accident on McLean Boulevard at Tutwiler Avenue. That's McLean at Tutwiler Avenue. And that is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Zane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Drink up all my liquor, come on. What I'm supposed to do now? And you talking all that shit, now come on. You gon' have to back it up. If I get too high now, sugar, come on. I might never come down. I might never come down.
What?
They don't know about
What we got?
What we doing today?
What we got?
Zach,
Zach,
This is
what's
the
going on?
2021 Grammy Performers list. They just announced it last night, and Anderson .Paak is on the top rope.
On the top rope?
Rope.
Like Randy Macho Man Savage?
No, rope.
Oh, yeah.
R-O-W.
Brother, the cream, first name Macho, last name Man. Let's go.
Anderson .Paak, yeah.
First name Anderson, last name Paak.
You need to get off the top rope and make room for the Macho Man.
The cream rises to the top, brother. Let me tell you that right now, okay, superstar.
It was kind of funny. It's kind of funny with Anderson and Bruno because they made a late push to the Grammy committees to get them to perform.
Silk Sonic is what you're talking about.
Yeah, why wouldn't they let them perform? By the time the Grammys are out, this song's gonna be like the biggest song in the world. Come on, Grammys, don't make it this hard, man.
Yeah, that song is excellent. I know you're talking about how it's taking this, that, and the other. It's a great
that's a great song. Don't think I'm trying to downplay the song. But I mean, it is what it is. But
put that song on and it's
incredible.
Just the vibe. Let the vibes just run over you.
Just let it take over.
Wash over you. Just wash over you like ocean water. Just vibe. Just there. There it is, right there for you. All right. So, how you feel about racial slurs? I'm against them personally.
I think that we should get rid of those.
I'm anti-racial slurs. Personally, that's just me.
I think we should do more racial slur training, so we should know what is and what isn't a racial slur, and what words mean.
Okay.
Because you don't want to be playing a video game, live streaming with your bros, and then you just just say something that doesn't sound right, but you just let it ride.
We act this way. We ask this question because Myers Leonard, the Miami Heat.
Bro, good God, how in the world?
Not superstar, and I'm certainly not looking for that.
Blinding Lights. No. I got curious and looked up the top 100 to see if Drake's song or this new song hit the top 100. Blinding Lights is still number 3 in the country, and it's been in the top 100 for 65 weeks.
Yeah, it's been top 10 for
bro,
a year.
What in the world, bro?
It's a catchy song, man. My kids love it. My kids love this song.
Oh man, it's wild.
Because it's catchy. That's why. It's got that Old Town Road thing where it's
a hit.
It's in your head. It just gets in your head. It's a hit. It's a hit. It's just a hit. That's what it is. It's whether you like The Weeknd or not or whatever, man. That thing is just a great. It's a great song.
And Back in Blood by Pooh Shiesty, number 13.
Was it Jumba?
Oh yeah. What about Hollywood Hulk Hogan? Is that on the top 10?
No, it's not.
Hollywood, be a man, Hulk.
Okay, I had to go back and re-listen to Blinding Lights for like a snippet of it. Okay, it sound like Aha, Take on Me.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Everything sounds like some other hit.
Everything sounds like something else. That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Are we running out of music?
No.
It's always been that way, man. There's like 5 original thoughts in music. Classical musicians stole from each other. You had certain Baroque musicians, sampling other musicians. It's just that's how it goes.
Oh, these broke musicians.
Anyway,
here,
Baroque.
Get your money up.
Yeah, that's right. Get your money up, Baroque. All right, so Myers Leonard will be away from the team indefinitely, the Miami Heat said, while the NBA conducts an investigation into his use of an anti-Semitic slur
so ridiculous.
During a video game live stream. He is apparently, unbeknownst to me, he is a well-known streamer on Twitch, sponsored by previously sponsored by a particular PC manufacturer who has now pulled that sponsorship because they don't want to be associated this guy. But he's playing a game. I don't know which game he was playing.
Call of Duty.
Which Call of Duty? There's like a million of them.
I think the most recent one. I forgot. Yeah.
Call of Duty 17. He can be heard saying, effing cowards, don't effing snipe me, you effing...
racial slur.
Racial slur, derogatory term for...
Female, though.
Yeah.
And then, of course, he dropped a statement, including that he was unaware what that meant.
He says, well, so let's start with this. Okay, number one, the team has said the Miami Heat vehemently condemns the form of any hate speech. The words used by Myers Leonard were wrong, and we will not tolerate hateful language from anyone associated with our franchise. To hear it from a Miami Heat player is especially disappointing and hurtful to all those who work here, as well as the larger South Florida, Miami Heat, and NBA communities. There is a sizable Jewish population in South Florida, so Myers Leonard certainly should have probably been aware of that anyway, but that just adds more complication to the whole thing for him. For his part, he apologized in an Instagram post. He says, and it's a real apology when it's the Instagram post is written in white text on black background. That's when it's just a very somber.
Oh, yes. From the heart.
Not trying to. From the heart. I can't.
I didn't write this, but
this is from my true feelings. I'm deeply sorry
for using
an anti-Semitic slur during a live stream yesterday. While I didn't know what the word meant at the time, my ignorance about its history and how offensive it is to the Jewish community is absolutely not an excuse. Well, it certainly sounded like you made one. And I was just wrong. I'm now more aware of its meaning, and I'm committed to properly seeking out people who can help educate me about this type of hate and how we can fight it. I acknowledge and own my mistake, and there's no running from something like this that is so hurtful to someone else. So there you go. Again, one of these questions I have. That's not a word that I ever hear, really. Never really heard that word at all. I mean, I'm aware of its existence, but never really heard it to any. So for it to be in your vocabulary, again, that tells you that there's, that you could pull that club out of the old bag. You know what I mean? On the old golf course, tells you that there's something going on there.
Whether you knew what it meant or not, you've heard it. You knew it meant something that ain't good.
Yeah, you knew you knew what it was intended to be, derisory and derogatory and all. And you also know that it's an unusually, it's a particularly loaded word.
And in your sandwich of words that you used, that started with the F word and ended with the B word, you knew that filler, the meat of the sentence of your sandwich. You knew it had some heat as well, because you started with F and you ended it with B, and you put this word that you didn't know what it meant in the middle, but you knew it had some heat to it. So,
I mean, I'm not convinced that he didn't know what it meant, but that's.
He had to have some knowledge to know how to use it. Because I've never heard of that word before. Because I'm listening to it, I'm like, what?
Well, that's what I was saying. You are, though I have my doubts about it, technically you are in your mid-20s, or so you claim. And so that's a word, that's like an older school slur usually. You don't see that. I don't know. That's one of
grandpa's
that's a grand.
That's
that's
one of grandpa's old words that you heard around.
We got some
the house,
different,
man.
Slurs change over the years. You got some newer ones, you got some older ones, and all that stuff. That's more of a old school style, and it's terribly.
That's
offensive,
one you heard
obviously.
from Granddad.
So I don't.
He threw some
know,
moron. These morons. He heard that one in there too, man. He heard that from Grandpa at the house, man.
Yeah, but so I hope that he's legitimately real about this education effort or whatever he's going to go through. That's great. We need that, obviously. Need to educate people on what that means and what it means to Jewish people in particular. That anti-Semitic slurs, any slur like that, no place. And you don't. I don't know. Just I just. Saying I just hate this cycle that we're on, where it's like the apologies, like I must and will try harder, better. I'm better, I have to be. go through the I don't know, man. Just do it. I don't want to hear about it. Just do it.
Just do it, fam.
Just do the work, man. Just do the work. I mean, it isn't incumbent upon.
I'd rather hear what Papa John said. I'd rather hear what Papa John said than that stuff that I didn't know.
Yeah, Papa John.
Hey, man, give me a minute. It's deep rooted, man. This is deep rooted.
I can't. For 20 months, I still keep slipping out.
Check back with me at the 24, man. Let's do. We'll reevaluate this after 2 years, and I'll let you know where I am.
To pass the salt and I threw a racial slur in there. I don't know what happened. It just came out. I'm working on it. I can't.
It was deep. It was deep in my bones. It was in my bones and in my soul. I'm almost there.
I have only racist bones in my body. All my bones are racist.
My cartilage is.
My musculature is fully racist.
I couldn't even take the vaccine. I spit it out. My muscles spit it out. Spit the vaccine out. Get this out of here. What's that black hand that touched this? Get out of here.
Oh man! So I don't want to hear. I want to just do the. I'd say this to all of my my white brothers out here, white brothers and sisters. We cannot keep asking black people to do the work for us. We can't keep doing it.
Ask anybody. Anyone that's a target or a. Yeah, anyone who's a target of oppression or racial slurs, things that you just can't. We can't do the work for you, man. You gotta do these things on your own.
We can't keep asking and expecting forgiveness or what we can do if something like this happens. You can ask for forgiveness. Whether or not that forgiveness is accepted is not. You have no control over that. That's not for you to decide. And that's on the person that is wronged or the group of people that are wronged. And it's up to Jewish folks as to whether they are going to, that or not. But one thing that's natural, you can do your atonement. This is something that I learned about my apologies. I want to have better apologies. And this is one of the things, you can do. What are you actually doing to try to atone for what happened? And that's where the rubber meets the road. What is actually going to happen? Because you have to proactively do something. I don't like these folks. The people that are like there's always the apologies from the people that are caught in sexual harassment scandals or scandals like these, and they expect forgiveness and expect acceptance and expect to come back to whatever. You can't control that, and especially if you don't do the work to actually make a change in your demeanor and your behavior. So whatever happens with I don't think anyone should throw Myers Leonard, into a prison cell or something crazy. He made a really terrible decision that is from somewhere in his heart, and he's got to examine where that came from and why that's out there. And if he does that work, then it's up to the Jewish community and others as to whether they want to, accept his apology and move on or not. That's not for me to say, but no one is entitled to that. No one is entitled to that. And
no.
So, if black folks never want to eat a Papa John's pizza again,
hey,
that is well within.
I'll check back with them after 24 months. Man. We'll reassess this.
I people out there like, okay, what? I've done it. Okay, I've said I'm sorry. All right. What else can I that's again? You don't get to make that decision. All you can say is you're sorry, and it's up to the other person as to whether they accept or not. That's on them. That's on them. He can say he's sorry.
I can tell you firsthand when Papa John said what he had to say.
What is the man's name?
I was John something, whatever.
It's not John anything. I don't think. Is it? No.
It is. It's John. It's John Schnatter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
John Schnatter is his name.
Papa
John.
So yeah, when
I love it when you come in, Big Papa.
so when
throw
he
your
got
ends in there.
So. So when John
hand him a copy. They hand him a copy about a new, bigger slice of pizza. He's like, I can't say this, guys. We got to change that word. Can we try greater? Can we try greater? Can we try larger?
A new, bigger slice.
I can't, guys, I can't. I'm out.
A new, bigger.
It's too. Can't do it.
Man.
Can't do it.
No, I'm gonna tell you what kill him. A thin, bigger slice of pizza. A thin, bigger slice of pizza. Oh my God, no. Oh God, no.
No.
Why are you doing this to me?
Sweating.
Why does it have to be thin and bigger? Why does it have to be thin?
Don't say it. Don't say it.
You got this, Papa. You got this, Papa.
Come on,
you got this, baby.
Thin bigger.
You got
thin
this,
bigger.
baby.
Thin bigger. Come on.
That's right.
Come on. Do your breathing exercises.
New and Papa
Do
John.
your breathing exercises. You got this.
Bit thin, a bit thin, bigger.
Oh no! Oh wow! Oh no! What were we thinking with this coffee? Come on, guys!
A thin, bigger slice of pizza. Oh man, that dude's gonna be up against the ropes on that one.
I can't do it. I can't. Come on, guys! You're killing me.
Oh man. You know the Jordan Peele sweating meme. That's gonna be.
Yeah. Oh, that's yeah. Oh yeah. He's just pouring off his head.
Good God.
Well, you got Papa John. I posted that picture the other day of Papa John who looks like Jordan Peele.
Sweating.
He had the one. He looked Papa John. He had an interview where he was. There's an interview right after that first came out where he's he looks like that. He looks greasy. Like he just looks like somebody put pizza grease all over his face. He's just moist.
You put that tweet out there, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Just don't say it, Papa. Just don't say it, Papa. You got this, Papa. You got this, Papa. You can do this, big guy. Come on.
Remember your training. Remember your training.
That's right. Remember the Racial Equality Institute or whatever that was that we sent you to. Okay, buddy. That's right. That's right. We can do this. We can do this. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Same great shows.
We welcome you back to Sports 56 Middays.
What's up? It's Sports 56 Happy Hour.
A new spot on the FM dial. Check out Sports 56 on our new FM home at 98.5.
Is your wife asking you to stop eating junk food? Well, we have you covered at Humdinger's. It's quick and it's healthy, and most important, it tastes amazing. With many choices from salmon salad to rainbow trout and grilled asparagus. Come visit us for lunch at Humdinger's, 6300 Poplar Avenue. So good, Coach Penny eats with us weekly. Don't forget, Humdinger's offers full-service catering for weddings, social events, or your corporate lunches. You can call 901-260-8292 to find out more.
2021 is finally here. Might I suggest we start the wonderful new year with a makeover for your beautiful house. I'm Brian Elder. I'm a roofer. I fix roofs. Don't let them tell you that it has to be replaced when all it may need is some love. 867-0303. Let me love on your roof. I've made quite the reputation over the last decade as the guy to call after the insurance company denies the claim. Overturning a claim that has gone bad is an art form where you argue county code, manufacturer specs, and details of your policy that they have to abide by. So let me see it first. If I say it's a claim, it's a claim. 867-0303. Money is free at Brian Elder Roofing with 0% financing for half a decade. I'll measure your roof from outer space and get you a quote right over the phone. 867-0303 or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
I'm a big fan of Town Village, and there is always something to do year-round. Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. Looking for a great place to retire, but you still have a very active lifestyle? Then visit Town Village. Only requirements that you're 55 plus. Prices per month starting at $24.50. The Gourmet Chef welcomes you to visit our restaurant and bistro. Package includes 3 complimentary meals per day, maid service, free local transportation, monthly coffee club, themed dinner parties, lots of fun. Visit us and call Daniel or Bo at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home. Town Village Audubon Park.
Hey guys, has your dog become better groomed than you during the pandemic? Come to Master Design Salon for the best in men's haircuts, beard shaping, and natural looking color. Our stylists will have you looking great for the new year. Master Design is a certified safe service establishment. Master Design Salon, 5149 Wheelers Drive, 685-2351. That's Master Design Salon, 5149 Wheelers Drive, 685-2351.
Hi, I'm Hayden Moore, General Manager of the all-new Wolf Chase Hyundai. Don't miss the Hyundai Spring Upgrade Sales Event. For the first time ever, get 0% APR for 60 months on the all-new 2021 Elantra. Drive with Hyundai Assurance, America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Visit wolfchasehyundai.com. With approved credit, $1,667 per month for every $1,000 finance. Example down payment 10%. Down payment will vary based on credit rating. Offer ends 4/12/21.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Abs tight, rack stuck up, shack height, jury on me, flashlight. I've been listening since last night. Hit 'em with that good, make you wanna act right. Broke boys don't deserve no kitty. I know that's right. Big bag, bustin' out the Bentley band. Take 'em at Balenciaga, brought it back, no how I give it up. It's big bags, bustin' out the Bentley band. Take 'em at, bring them back, party back, no how I give it up.
Something you might hear on Hot 107.1.
Yeah. Every time we say
And
that,
on the Grammys.
Every time we say that, I think about this is going to be on Sunday, like one of these decades from now.
No, I mean, it's going to be a long way for that to on Sunny 103.1. Long time. But maybe.
It was Cardi B with a WAP featuring Megan Thee Stallion.
The song is called Up.
This is Cardi reminding you that when it's up, if it's up, then it's up.
And now it's stuck.
Bro, like.
Of course, we got a mop and a bucket here.
Yeah.
Dealing with
it's dripping wet over here.
It is, my.
Oh, we got to clean up on aisle 4.
It's 135 degrees on planet Earth today in the year 2050,
right,
as we have completely messed this thing up. But okay.
Yeah, man, those days are coming, man. Those days are coming.
Those days
the
are coming.
The classic hits of Cardi B.
3-6 Mafia.
Bands make her dance. My Juicy J.
Pooh Shiesty, of course, who's 75 years old today. But you remember.
Oh, man.
Right.
One of the great legends, Gucci Mane.
Song is called Burr.
Not to be confused with Burr, but Burr. That could be confusing. You got Burr, you got Burr, you got Burr, and you got Burr. Oh, you got
Birdman
you
is
got Birdman,
in
Cardi
the mix.
B, you got Birdman, Cardi B, Pooh Shiesty, and Gucci Mane, all with derivatives of Burr. Not to be confused.
All have different
Don't get them
sounds.
twisted. Don't get them twisted.
This is Baby on Baby by the Baby and Lil Baby.
Little Baby.
Little Baby, of course, celebrating the birth of his great-grandchildren. The littlest.
The littlest one of them all.
Little Baby.
Good God, man.
Lil Baby the third.
Oh, yeah. With a name like Lil Baby. Remember those Smuckers things on the Today Show for somebody to turn 100?
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
Oh. All right. We're doing the best we can. I don't know what you. I don't know what you expected from us, but we're doing the best we can. The new Thin Bigger Pizza.
The Thin
from
Bigger
Papa
Pizza. Thin Bigger.
Oh, come on. You can do this. You got this. You got this.
Oh, man. That dude is probably struggling, man. Oh, Lord.
Papa John, can we watch Winnie the Pooh? Who's your favorite character? Tigger. Oh, no! Why? No, I can't get you that doll.
You better say Christopher Robin or something.
Don't say it.
Don't you mean Eeyore? Don't you mean Eeyore? No, Papa. You know who I like.
Oh, bother. Oh, inward.
Oh, Papa.
Sing me the one song.
My man said, hey, shout out to Papa John, though, man. Papa John said, y'all got to pray for me.
He said,
about 20 months in.
We're working. We're 20 months in.
Check back with me at the 2-year mark.
Like, I'm trying, man.
Give me a few more months. I'm still working on it.
Mamo's there.
Hey, keep me uplifted, man.
This is generational. Great Grandpapa John still is into me. There's a mere lad in his lap on the porch.
Yeah. Myers Leonard's gonna be the same way on the live stream. Like, guys, give me another 25 months. I'm good. I'm good on this. I think I got this. I got this out of my system, guys.
Good God, that's funny. This good old racism just cracks me up sometimes. Oh man, so funny.
Oh man. All right, hour number 2 on the way. We're gonna talk to our pal Coach JJ, Jermaine Johnson. Probably won't talk to him about Papa John. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm sure the team's probably eating a couple.
Unlikely, but you never know. We'll talk to Rob Fisher coming up at 9 o'clock. Lots to get to. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest, and every new latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better, they've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. You've heard me talk about how we offer the best products, the best warranties, and the best services for years. Now let's talk about pricing. Pricing should never be the only reason you hire a contractor, but in today's world, pricing is always a consideration. So we suggest you get 2 or 3 estimates for your roof replacement from a reputable, licensed, and insured company, and then give us a call. If we can't beat your best price for a comparable roof system by more than $100, we'll give you $100. It's that simple. We are so sure we can offer you the best price, beating all other qualified companies, we will hand you $100 if we can't, and thank you for the opportunity. So give us a call. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Make $100? Fiveash Roof Services, a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Fiveash Roof Services, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
You hear the phrase all day, every day. In these uncertain times this, in these uncertain times that. Well, in these uncertain times, one thing I know for certain, you want you some Central Barbecue. Central Barbecue is open for you to dine in or carry out, online orders and curbside pickup. And another thing you can be certain about is this. We are doing everything in our power to keep you and our staff safe. You can be sure that everyone working at any Central Barbecue is following every safety protocol there is, and they'll encourage you to do the same. Come on in and get some Central Barbecue. And yes, your face covering is probably going to end up with some sauce on it. A small price to pay for safety.
I know the sweetest thing in Memphis, and I know it's been around for 115 years. You know, I'm talking about Dinstall's, and it's time to stock up heavy on Cashew Crunch, Heavenly Crunch, Turtlettes, all of your favorite Dinstall's treats. So easy to get. The sweetest thing in Memphis, all you have to do is head to Laurelwood or head to Germantown and Poplar right across from the hospital, or go where they make the candies. That's on Pleasant View. There's nothing that says Memphis better than Cashew Crunch with that little tinge of coconut, or the Turtlettes. Let's face it, there's nothing better than Dinstall's chocolate. That's the mainstay of all candies, isn't it? Milk, chocolate, although their dark chocolate is pretty darn good. And if you get the peppermint with the dark chocolate and put it in the freezer, you're going to love it. So many ways to love Dinstals. Stock up heavy on all of your favorite Dinstals treats. 115 years of making Memphis oh so sweet.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
We got a new accident on the roadways, accident on Thomas Street at Jackson Avenue. And if we have listeners over in Madison County, we have an accident on I-40 eastbound approaching Campbell Street due to a vehicle that is on fire. So that is I-40 eastbound approaching Campbell Street. That's in Madison County to our listeners over there. And also accident on Thomas Street at Jackson Avenue. And that is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Pulling out the coupe at the lot, told him 12 swat, busting all the bells out the box. I just hit a lick with the box, had to put the stick in the box. Pour up the whole field, I'ma get lazy. I got the
Ladies and gentlemen, Roddy Rich turns 80 this week.
Roddy Rich.
Roddy Rich, a.k.a. Rodney Richardson, of course, is now a successful lawyer.
Peter, do you remember that app, Cash App, back in where people actually used to send money via a phone?
Before everyone got the mark of the beast?
Yeah,
absolutely.
before the mark of the beast, man. Before the vaccine of 21 injected everyone with digital Bitcoin. Before we could,
don't even.
Before we
now you joke about that, and now everyone's gonna be like,
Anthony
Here we go.
Before we could just send money through our minds. Oh man.
Who was here? Oh man. Okay. Somebody just sent me a.
When I first heard that song, that whole concept sounded so intriguing. I won't get into the lyrics, but what he did in exchange for a Cash App, I was like, okay, that sounds intriguing.
Yeah.
Be quiet, Zach. Like, yeah.
I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying, like, I saw the lyric, I read it.
Yeah. He's intrigued. It
sounds intriguing even to you.
Listen, man. Listen, like, if you got it, you got it, man. You got it.
But then that concept just sounded like, hey, I think I'd be willing to invest a Cash App deposit in that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Where are these ladies of the night that can provide
maybe,
that?
In Cash App, I like how you did Cash App because I think Venmo, you could have easily rhymed something with Venmo, and it would have been.
But
that
Cash
doesn't.
It's just here.
Yeah, Cash App. Yeah. It's somebody just sent me a tweet. Somebody just sent me a tweet that said, Papa John said, I'm the racist of the month, and they said Myers Leonard, and they put the Pete Weber, who do you think you are? Oh, man. Oh, no. Who do you think you are? I am.
Somebody said that you retweeted that joke.
Yeah, no, I'm about to. Oh man!
Oh man! Bro,
Myers is making a run for it. He's making a run for it. Go for it, Myers. You got it, baby. You got it.
And we're sitting here, and this is a show that's co-hosted by a black guy and a white guy with a black producer, and we're laughing about these things that, and we're having fun. We're joking about how some of the ridiculous things that people say and do. But with that being said, man, it's really so crazy that you see so many ridiculous things like this, and people with generations of ignorance for just generations on top of generations, passed down, that is so ridiculous that it's comical, bro. You know what I mean? It's like I don't get mad when I hear, you know, the Papa John say, "Hey, work with me. It's a I got a 3-year plan.
It's a process,
I'm in month
man.
20. It's a 36-month plan. I'm in month 20. Like, I don't get mad. Like, it's ridiculous, man. Like, it's at the point where, like, as a black person, I can't even get mad. It's how ridiculous some of this stuff is to come out of these people's mouth. You know what I mean? For Myers Leonard to say he didn't know what that meant. Nah, you knew it meant something. You know it meant something you need to be saying on live stream. It didn't need to come out your mouth. That kind of stuff.
You don't need to know the specific origin story of all these different terms to know they are extremely hurtful.
Yeah, and I and I guarantee you that it was something about the woman he was speaking to that made him want to say that word. You know what I mean? So to try to play innocent, nah, we're not doing that at all. But yeah, it's horrible. We're joking about these things, but man, this is just an example of just how like the world we live in is a strange place, bro. And yeah, we're laughing about this stuff, but I guarantee you at the end of the day, these are real life issues that people have to deal with. And it's crazy. It's crazy that high level CEOs of founders of billion dollar organizations can openly say, "Yeah, just give me a minute." That was deep rooted.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, thankfully he's been pushed off of his board of directors or whatever. But there's still he's still got plenty of opportunities out there, and people are, some people are like, "Oh, I mean, you got to stop it."
Oh,
people
man.
are mad that folks are offended by him saying that stuff. Like, oh, okay, hasn't he done enough? Hasn't he suffered enough? What did we suffer? What are you talking about? Like, the guy's unbelievably wealthy and all that stuff. All right, so we get to hour number 2. We've had a lot of fun at hour number 1. We're gonna have more fun at hour number 2 because we got to talk about one of the most exciting weeks in sports, championship week, where it can happen. It can all happen. It's all on the table. And we welcome in our pal, assistant coach of the University of Memphis men's basketball team, Jermaine Johnson, a.k.a. I am Coach JJ on Twitter, a.k.a. the portmanteau expert, a.k.a. our spiritual leader, to give us some guidance this morning of all mornings. Welcome, Coach JJ. How are you?
Man, I'm great, man. How you guys doing?
Good, Coach. How you doing, man?
Man, I see you guys hit an intro. Y'all hit Roddy Rich, didn't it?
That's exactly.
Yeah, one of the future classics of the future.
That's right.
We often joke about how today's music will be a classic one day, and you're going to have people talking about.
That's right. Yeah, Roddy Rich on the Oldies channel.
Yeah.
When we're all 75, 80, 85 years old. So we gotta talk about how you guys had an all-night challenge, and it was a tremendous game on Sunday. And it was one shot, crazy half-court almost shot that wins the game for Houston at the buzzer. Otherwise, you guys are going to overtime with a lot of momentum. What's been the response from your guys? What were your feelings as that shot went in, and trying to make sure that everybody's mentally ready to go this week for the conference tournament?
Well, we didn't play for the full 40. We played about 37 minutes of organized chaos Tiger basketball, and for 3 minutes, we took plays off, and those 3 minutes haunted us in terms of letting them get second and third chance opportunities on the boards, really allowing them to one shot, one and done or none. And we didn't take advantage of those opportunities. Then secondly, you got to win the free throw battle. And we missed 11 free throws. It shouldn't have come down to that. I felt like with the energy, the effort that we put forth, the game planning, whether we was on the road or at home, we should have won that game. And so, just going back, we watched film. on yesterday and the day before, on our mishaps and things that we can improve on going forward into this tournament. And so just hopefully these guys have embraced that and really want to take heed to everything that we were teaching and learn from those mistakes and capitalize on them when we have an opportunity to step on the floor with whomever we play.
Coach, what's the mood of the guys? A lot of people, like even now you're saying that, the guys know they have to move on. But what's just being realistic, the way that those guys lost on a crazy buzzer beater shot like that, what's the mood of the guys right now going into the tournament?
They feel like they can win the tournament, but we can't look. They know they can win the tournament. I mean, any dreamer knows that. And so the message that we're trying to get across to those guys are, even though you're dreaming of winning the AAC title, you got to be a doer. So you just can't go straight from registration to graduation. You in between registration, think about this, in between registration and graduation, there's matriculation. And so that's a requirement.
I got to do some time stamping on that one. Hold on, Coach.
That's right. Matriculation. And that's the proper use of the word. I see these people talking about matriculate the ball down. No, he's using it the proper way. That's matriculation. That's what you do when you go to your school and you learn and you grow.
That's right. And so they understand you can't go from registration to graduation. Graduation is the AAC championship. Registration is when you started off the season and people had doubts. And so now you're in between. You're matriculating. And so you're learning whether you've lost or you won. It's always a learning experience so that you will be ready to be able to receive your degree or your diploma, and that's the ultimate reward.
Well, the situation now from you guys as coaches, knowing that it's in an ideal world, it's going to look something like you play the winner of you're going to play on Friday night late, the UCF East Carolina winner. Then you're going to go to whoever's that semifinal game, likely could be Houston again. Then maybe Wichita in the finals, but obviously it could be a number of teams. From a coaching standpoint, JJ, how do you guys deal with the scouting and the preparation, knowing that you kind of have to have multiple balls in the air depending on who's going to win these games?
Well, at the end of the day, you don't know if your shot's going to fall, but one thing that you can put in the bank is defense is like insurance. You got to always have it. And so no matter who you playing, no matter how you playing, if you have that defense, and it travels. Defense travels. I mean, you can put it in your bag because all that is effort, it's energy, it's you knowing the personnel, and it's five guys working in synergy that have a connectedness to get a job done. And so if your defense travels, you have a chance to win any basketball game. And so hopefully they pack that in the bag, the defense.
Coach, something that me and Peter talked about Monday, and I'm sure you heard me. I was being very critical of you guys. Like I was going in. I was getting my frustrations out, Coach, Monday doing the show. But something I wanted to present to you just to get more of an inside thought on the coaches and the way they think and the way you guys have to game plan. One of the hardest things to decide live on the court is how to handle guys who are in foul trouble. What's typically a thought process when a guy is up against that last foul with a lot of time left in the game?
I mean, it's always in your mind because if he's a valuable asset to your team, then you know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. So you got to hope that the next man up mentality, somebody will come in and hold the rope. That's the ideal situation. Mm-hmm. But many times, that don't happen. In the case of DeAndre Williams, he's very valuable. He can do a lot of things. We only played 5 minutes the first half. He picked up 2 quick fouls. And to add insult to injury, think about this: they were shooting the 1-and-1 with 11 minutes to go in the first half.
Right.
And so we fouled a lot, and so a lot of their buckets came from the foul line. it's a 50-50 flip up, but hopefully we can keep guys out of foul trouble. Mm-hmm. We can keep teams off the free throw line, especially that early in the half. And if you can do those things without having needless fouls, I think you can be successful.
Well, when it comes down to the other thing is free throws, and you guys have had had ups and downs. I mean, you've hit some big free throws down the stretch. That Cincinnati game where you hit multiple first legs of 1-and-1s. You hit them on the road to seal that game. But then the game against Houston, you go 10 of 20 from the foul line. And coaches, this has plagued coaches for ever since the game of basketball was invented. What is it that you can do improve for shooting when really it's down to pressure and time and everything else?
It's all psychological. I mean, it's mental, and so it's on that individual who's at the free throw line. First, you got to have confidence that you can make it, and you got to lock in on the target. And so once you breathing techniques, I mean, go up there, breathe, take your time, and have confidence. And if you do those three things, you make free throws. If you don't do those do those three things, it's a 50-50 chance you may miss it. And so if you can win a free throw battle in any game, you got a great chance to win it. And you can stop fouling, you have a great chance to win it. And eliminate turnovers and rebound in basketball, you have a great chance to win it. So tournament time, you have to do those things. So all the quizzes are over. We've had every quiz that you possibly can take. Now these are the tests. And if you could pass 2 tests, you get the final exam. And the final exam is Sunday. And once you get the final exam, and then you pass the final exam, then you got a reward for you, and that's the NCAA tournament. Right. So that's the thought process going into this.
Coach, with arenas being mostly empty and there being no true road games, and now going into a neutral court situation in this tournament, the way that your team performed against Houston on the road Sunday, does that give you more confidence going into this neutral court situation, especially when there will be no fans or limited fans in the arena?
You can't pay attention to your surroundings. Mm-hmm. You just got to focus on each other, the togetherness as an organization. And once you get on that floor, you got to focus on winning the moment. You only got one shot, and so you got to win this rebound. You got to win this loose ball. You got to win this free throw. You got to win this opportunity if you have a fast break. And those are the things that you need to control, because you can control those things with your effort and your energy. And so you just got to win the moment and keep winning those moments. You're going to have many moments. Win those moments.
For sure.
Well, that's always been the story of the conference tournament, the NCAA tournaments, any of that stuff. It's you got to win those moments, and we see upsets happen every year. We see all kinds of crazy stuff that happens every year. I want to talk about a player that we've been asked about a lot, and I know that you've worked with him extensively, DJ Jeffries, whose play has been solid. There are a lot of people who have certain expectations for DJ, certain expectations of what they want to see from him in the way that he plays. How would you describe DJ as a kid, as a player that you work with, and how is he when it comes to the expectations you've had for him?
DJ is an awesome human being. He's the most selfless individual that I've been a part of in quite some time. He has a great mindset in terms of his approach to the game. But now it's time for him to really be aggressive. He's got to be aggressive. We need DJ Jeffries to really be aggressive and be a dog. You got to be a pit bull, because without DJ, we don't stand a chance. I mean, DJ is a very vital piece to this puzzle. And so I just think he has to he just got to go with the flow. I was telling him yesterday, he's coming in here in a minute to do some pre-practice work with him. And my message to him is about, DJ, you cannot lose your flow. You cannot lose your flow. You got to focus. You got to learn. You got to own up That means you got to have some ownership, and you got to continue to work. That's flow. That's the acronym for what I want, the foundation methodology that we have to really engage in when we teaching him outside of practice. So, DJ, keep your flow. Don't lose your flow. And that flow, again, is focus, learning, ownership, and work. And if you can continue to balance those cornerstones, you can have a unbelievable postseason for us. And so just trying to get DJ to keep his flow and maintain his flow.
Coach, I'm gonna have my people reach out to you after the show. We got some T-shirts to make out here, man. We gotta
focus.
We gotta connect.
Learning, ownership, work.
I need to talk to you about how to get some Tiger branding. I need that logo on my stuff, man.
Ooh, that might be a different situation right there. I don't know about that one.
Oh man.
Well, that's the what you talk about is always the challenge, because especially players like DJ Jeffries, and then there are a few that guys that and we've talked about with even a guy like John Morant, who is sometimes more unselfish, or it's hard for him to push the button and be aggressive and find that middle ground between getting your own offense and getting others involved and doing things for other people. Is that all a mental thing with players to find the right mix of where a guy that wants to get other people involved, a guy that's really selfless, a guy that's a giver, how to emphasize to him that, hey man, it's cool, we appreciate you doing that, but we really need you to give us your offense as well?
Yes, I think it's all mental. Because you can't achieve if you don't believe, and he has to believe.
Mm-hmm.
Any player has to believe in himself first. I mean, when you get on the airplane, what's the first thing the stewardess say when they get on the mic? Y'all, I know you guys know you've flown before.
been a minute since I flew. I'll be honest with you, I don't know.
So they say, in case of an emergency, do what?
That's
not the person next to you.
Yeah, that's right. You get your own oxygen first, and then you put the mask
on.
Come on now.
Exactly. Bring it home.
Exactly right. That's right.
Exactly. You get your own oxygen first, and so he has to believe in himself first. You cannot. Nobody will achieve if you don't believe, and so once the belief goes to another level, the achievement goes to another level.
Coach, you talked. We heard Coach Hardaway talk about the Alex Lomax situation. That he's probably doubtful as far as being in the tournament. I'm sure you would confirm the same thing the coach said. So how is he doing mentally? How does he feel about possibly not being able to join with his team in the biggest stretch of the year right now?
Alo's such a competitor. He brings his hard hat every day. He loves his teammates. He loves his city. He loves his university. And so to be on the cutting edge of something that hadn't happened since 2014, I mean, it's devastating to him. But he has a positive attitude. He's still coming to work. He was on the floor yesterday, and so it's day to day, like Coach said. And, maybe doubtful. We don't know, but he's just staying positive and encouraging his teammates.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the part that you love to see, and you've seen some improvement from a lot of different guys to step up into that into that mix, and I think it's going to be fascinating to watch. So I know you guys are going to be prepped for it. I know you guys are out there. So the last thing, when you're dealing with a tournament like this, and you have potentially 3 games, 3 nights, 3 days. I mean, you guys could play the late game Friday, then pop right back in and play Saturday afternoon, and then play Sunday morning. You're talking about probably 3 games in the course of I don't know, it could be 60 hours really. When it's all said and done, is there anything physically that you have to do to make sure these guys are ready? How do you guys as a coaching staff prepare that aspect of it? Because it's going to be a very, very quick turnaround.
Stay in Zoom focus. I mean, you just gotta lock in on a task at hand. We got one game, and that one game is on Friday. And so we just focusing on that one game. And you give your all energy, all your effort, just all your intuition in terms of being a great teammate, being selfless, just landing on the line, giving everything you got for that one game. And if you do that, then you look at the result at the end. And if it's a positive, boom, you got that one game. And so not looking ahead, just focusing on that one game at a time.
Well, that's it. Let's keep the focus. We'll see. It'll be late Friday night when you guys first get on the floor and hope to make this thing happen. And I'm hoping that we talk to you next week when you're punching a ticket and you are in the NCAA tournament. So that's my hope. I know that's yours too, Coach. Go get them.
Thank you, guys, man. You guys have a great day.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay. Again, you got that flow, Anthony saying?
Yeah, man, that was some good stuff he was saying, man. The flow, and also you can't skip steps, man. You can't. It's a lot between registration and graduation. Come on now.
Registration, graduation, but in between is matriculation.
Matriculation. Oh, come on now.
That's exactly right. Now, come on, you got to get there with that. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Today, my new album is going to be called Matriculation. Just so
yes,
you
sir.
So,
you said you got to go through the matriculation. What was flow again?
Focus, leadership. What was learning? Was it learning? Focus, learning,
ownership,
work. Ownership, work.
Right. Another classic hit from Brianna, a.k.a. Riri.
Fat girl Riri.
All right. So when we come back, we're going to talk about the focus, leadership, learning, ownership, and work, the flow of the Grizzlies, and will these players actually play? Specifically, one Jaren Jackson Jr.
Matriculation of injury reports.
That's exactly right. There's been a little too much of that. So we'll talk about that when we continue. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Get happy with Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. Weekday afternoons from 1 to 3 on Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
Hey, my name's James, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A's Grilled Spicy Deluxe is the first bite, you get a little kick of spice, and then that cilantro and lime sauce that kind of balances things out. Just delicious.
Hey, I'm Amber. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A new Grilled Spicy Deluxe is how well all of the ingredients complement each other. It's so good. I like bob my head side to side, dancing while I eat.
Chick-fil-A's Grilled Spicy Deluxe Sandwich, available for a limited time only. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Hi, I'm Hayden Moore, General Manager of the all-new Wolf Chase Hyundai. Don't miss the Hyundai Spring Upgrade Sales Event. For the first time ever, get 0% APR for 60 months on new 2021 Palisades. Plus, make no payments for 90 days. Drive with Hyundai Assurance, America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Visit wolfchasehyundai.com with approved credit, $1,667 for every $1,000 finance, example down payment 10%. Down payment will vary based on credit rating. Payments deferred. Offer ends 4/12/21.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises.
Hi, this is Rob Brown. Join us every Saturday morning on Sports 56 WHBQ from 8 to 10 a.m. and 96.1 FM and the new FM 98.5. We'll be covering the Memphis Tigers, the SEC, college football, college basketball, college baseball. We'll look into recruiting. We'll have guests from around the country with the latest news, the most knowledgeable people out there, the coaches, the players, the people who play the games. Don't forget to join us on the sidelines. Sports 56, 96.1, and the new FM 98.5.
Sports 56 traffic.
Over in Madison County, they're still working an accident on I-40 eastbound approaching Campbell Street. Right now, they got bridge inspectors on the scene, and they're still clearing the accident that had left a vehicle on fire in that area. So if you can avoid that area, please avoid that area if you can. That's I-40 eastbound approaching Campbell Street in Madison County. Also, still dealing with the accident on Thomas Street at Jackson Avenue. And that is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Under the ring, songs open, 555. Ain't nothing new, ain't nothing new. We all have desires. I want you to be my woman, babe. Every time you get dressed in black, you give a grown man a good Lord will bring you back.
These are my guys right here. Black Pumas, baby. Come on. It's the Black Moon Rising. How about this? Oh, these guys are awesome. I love them. Love them. You hear me? The whole album.
I'm with
fantastic.
But
Zach,
what's the
you
name
ever
of
heard
this
this?
group again?
Black Pumas.
I think we
Well, it can
played
be White
it a few
Puma.
times.
I don't know. I don't know of any White Pumas. I know Black Pumas. I don't know about White Pumas. But if you want, I'll send them. I'll shoot them an email. How about that? Is that all right?
Yeah,
that'll
that'll
shoot them email.
That'll work.
Good dudes. Good dudes, man. Nice guys. Good dear friends of mine. And by dear friends, I mean I listen to their albums with us.
Yeah,
it's great. So Anthony Sane,
sir.
As we welcome back to the program.
Yes, Governor.
Why is Jaren Jackson Jr. not playing?
Man, hey, I've said this a long time ago. I'm not gonna keep saying the same thing over and over to y'all, man.
Why not?
All right, here's the thing. I'll go through the whole spiel all over again.
Mm-hmm.
There's either one or two things going on with the Jaren Jackson Jr. situation. There's only one truth. It's either one of two things that are happening. There are people who like to operate in this middle ground that doesn't exist. And there are either one or two things happening. Either the Grizzlies are holding him out excessively for whatever said reason, whether that be whether being overly precautious to a fault, I believe, keeping him out of games, not wanting to see him get re-injured and making sure he's good, and avoiding a Kristaps Porzingis situation, which also kind of has a backside to it of you got a guy who needs to be playing basketball, needs to be developing chemistry with his other young teammates. So either that's going on, which also could involve massaging wins and losses.
Right.
I'm not going to say tanking, but you could be using this Jaren Jackson situation to massage wins and losses. When you see how good this team can possibly be, and you're trying to stay within a certain draft range, you may not want to throw, 20, maybe 20 points a game onto the court. You might not want to do that. Or do that as minimal as you can. That's one line. That's one line of thought. All those things combined into one line of thought, Peter. There's another line of thought. Something's gone wrong with his rehab, or he's not healing properly, or he's not ready yet, or he's extremely set back from what should be a normal return date. I'm going to choose the first one because it has to be one of those two things. Either something really bad happened because the timeline for this injury ended a long time ago. Months and months and months ago, the expected timeline for recovery for this injury ended a long time ago. So either they're holding them out for whatever said reason or something went wrong. I'm going to go with the first one. But there's nothing good about either one of those, in my opinion, because I think that both of those are bad outcomes. But people like to live in this, try to find this middle ground to it, and there's no middle ground to it. Either something bad happened or they're holding them out. What say you, Petro? Ed missed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Missed.
Ed missed.
Kabuki.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the gist of it. The meniscus surgery situation is not necessarily. I mean, it's not supposed to be this level. I wouldn't think of problem. But it's torn meniscus. Suffered it August. So let's see, August 4, September, 1 month, November, December, January, February, March. So this is month.
Yep, it's supposed to be a 3 to 4 month recovery. Am I right?
Well, I don't. This is where I don't know. I don't know how the whole.
Do you think that Jaren Jackson Jr. is healthy enough to get on an NBA basketball court and play basketball?
Yeah. Yes, I do. I don't know. All the ins and outs.
Mm-hmm.
But unless he's had a significant setback or something like that, you would think that within 7 months he would be there. The problem comes down to the Grizzlies being so vague with all of their messaging. Because they're so worried about missing a deadline or having perceived that setbacks, they'd rather just not say anything at all, as opposed to giving some reasonable.
That's like, baby, do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Will you marry me?
Well, it's like like I'm not going to say anything about our upcoming anniversary because I don't want to make think that I might not give you a good gift or something. So I'm just gonna I'm just not going to say anything at all. And your girl's like, do you remember?
Yeah, I love you so much, baby. It's like we've been doing this for a while. I don't want
to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
So we can keep this going for years to come. But our anniversary is coming up. But yeah, I know. But it's just yeah. I'm gonna tell you what bothers me though, man. Let me see.
So I don't really understand. But the idea is that at this point now, I mean, there to me, there's no reason why you would want to the idea of holding him out in order to massage wins and losses. I think that would be silly because ultimately,
and I 90% think that's what's going on as well.
Well, it would just be silly because at this point, the team is obviously winning games either way. Bringing him back is probably going to make them lose some games just to try to adjust to
get him
the lineup
going,
and all
right.
that stuff. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that's going to be helpful. I don't think it's helping you that much. I don't think that his presence is going to turn this into a huge playoff team or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But if it does, this draft is so deep that I think that's a price that's
right. And if you're a good team, you're just good. Like you're good.
And in the meantime, if you've got a guy that you are attempting to sort of finesse in this situation, he's like, at what point does Jaren Jackson Jr. Say, I want to play, I'm ready to play, let me go, let me out here and let me play. You have to take his situation into account as well. How is he? Mm-hmm. Is he? I don't think he's cool with just I'm just going to sit here and not play just because.
And do an introduction.
If he's ready to play, yeah. I mean, if he's ready to play, at some point you got to play him. So I don't know. You can ramp him up to full throttle or this that.
I think the Grizzlies are playing a dangerous game because as soon as national media starts pointing fingers at Jaren Jackson himself, why isn't this kid playing? It's going to be ugly. and you don't want to put Jaren in that type of situation. Like,
no,
everything's cool now until
I don't think national media really got to do that. Though.
Well,
I don't think
if
I don't think they're paying much attention.
Because nobody locally is going to do it outside of loudmouths like me. Like nobody's going to question anything that they're doing. We had press conferences where questions about is Jaren practicing didn't even come up in the conversation. I'll talk about that later. But as soon as any type of negative vibe comes towards Jaren, it's gonna be a problem. Like, because you're putting then you're making it look like your player is weak, or he doesn't want to play, or he's injury prone, or whatever you're doing. When I'm willing to say that I believe Jaren has been ready to play basketball for at least 6 weeks, I'll throw that out there. Like, just based off of slight intel and just other things, I believe he's been ready to go for probably six weeks to 2 months. He's been physically able to get on the court and play. I believe that to be true. Now, could I be wrong? I doubt it. But I'm just gonna be real with you. That's just where I am. And there are two tweets I want to read. One, Drew Hill of the Daily Memphian says, "I know seeing Jackson." This is from Coach Jenkins. He says, "I know seeing Jackson on the injury report was not the news the fans were hoping for." Jenkins said, "We will have more of an update as the season goes on. Not as the week goes on, not as the month goes on. We will have more of an update as the season goes on. We are definitely excited for him to come back and finish the season with us." And y'all were up all day waiting on a tweet thinking he was going to play yesterday. Play tonight. That don't sound like we'll see him in a couple games. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. And then my second problem, Megan Triplett from Grind City Media. She says that Coach Jenkins did not say if Jaren Jackson Jr. participated in practice today, but said he has done a heck of a job with putting in work to get back. Jenkins said there will be more information soon. My question is, why wasn't there a follow-up question to Coach Jenkins asking, so has he practiced? Like, how did that slip through last night? I feel like St. O's has to come back, man. I guess I just had to do it myself. Pass me the Infinity Gauntlet, Zach. It's time for me to get off my throne and ask the real questions that people need to hear. Peter Evanston screwing around at the house last night.
Yeah, I couldn't do the Zoom call last night.
No, me either. I couldn't do it.
That's not a good time.
No, it's not a good time at all. For the same household, 7:30 at night, it's a good time.
Yeah.
They're doing it strategically. They know what they're doing.
Do I got to go out and get
bedtime.
the Infinity Stones?
That's about bed. That's bedtime. I got to read. I was reading bedtime stories.
Yeah, I know, man. The stories of Tigger and Christopher Robin and Eeyore.
Me and Papa John were out there just vibing on this discussion.
But no, man, it's literally insane, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really understand how we don't know that. I don't. It's just very weird. And again, I guess because of what's happened with Justice Winslow, maybe you get a little bit of a pass because of that whole situation. I mean, I'm not saying I don't necessarily agree with you that I don't think it's a a nefarious plot or anything like that. I just think it's weird.
I think it's lasted way too long.
I think they're well. This is what I mean. Like, I don't think they're doing it out of an attempt to finesse the season so much as I think it is.
They're being over precautious with him.
Overly cautious to a fault. Again, go back to Jaren Jackson Jr.'s rookie year. He missed. He has the reputation. He has the reputation of having missed whatever games. The last 30 games of that year, when he had that 5 thing, he could have played. He could have played. He was ready to go. I mean, he could have played. He probably would have missed like a week or two. Like, I mean, being real, he probably would have missed like a couple weeks, and then he would have been back. And he could have, out of the 30 games he missed, he probably could have played 25 of them comfortably.
Right.
Barring some other injury. And he didn't play, and so now people chalk that up against him and say, "Oh, he's injury prone or whatever." That's that wasn't him. That was the team. So
I'm gonna say this: next year when they start talking extension for Jaren, when those conversations come up, and the Grizzlies start trying to pull some whatever, and they try to use injuries as a reason, I'm going in.
I'm going in.
I'll be Team Jackson camp on that one. I'm taking the side of the Jackson camp.
Of course. I mean, but again, I think assuming he comes back and assuming he looks like he's been looking, then there really isn't much discussion about the extension. It's going to be pretty basic. There's not going to be a whole lot of negotiation there. He's
getting the bag. He deserves the bag.
Basically, yeah, you're basically going to pay him more or less max, and he's going to be worth it. So that'll be that on that. It's not
so
same thing with John Morant. Like it's just going to be like what it is.
Hashtag free Jaren. That's all I got to say.
Absolutely.
That's all I gotta say.
I'm ready. I'm
Let him play.
I'm ready. Don't be out yet. We still got to finish the show. Don't be out.
I'm gone. Let me make the sound. The mic hitting the. There it is. I'm out.
Stay with me. All right. So anyway, when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about the rest of the league as things get back started tonight. Grizzlies are back in action along with the rest of the NBA.
Let's get it.
We'll talk about it when we continue. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Sports Time with Wallow and Stacks. Weekdays from 3 to 6 on Sports 56, 98.5 FM and 96.1 FM.
The fun continues at Family Leisure with a brand new Factory Direct pool and patio sale. The new 2021 inventory is in. You got to get ready now and beat the rush. Become the first one to have your pool installed. They have spas in stock, and those are ready for installation right now, too. Complete your backyard with a new set of patio furniture, all state-of-the-art. Special financing available. Family Leisure, I-40 and Whidden Road, where family and fun come together. Grind City Brewing Company is taking care of beerness in Memphis. Grind City Brewing is the dream of a father and son duo to create a brand that delivers a high quality, great tasting, and easy drinking craft beer. And they've done it. The brewery sits high above the city elevation in uptown Memphis with 15,000 square feet of beerness, including a 5,000 square foot tap room. Grind City Brewing is committed to all things Memphis, including the Tigers. They have created a malt liquor called Tiger Tail that is the official craft beer of the University of Memphis. Tiger Tail comes in 16-ounce six-packs and is not your typical malt liquor. Tiger Tail is crafted with a bold and smooth flavor, has 7.5% alcohol, and its clean finish makes it incredibly easy drinking. Tiger Tail and Grind City Brewing, taking care of beerness in Memphis.
The Winter Collection Sale now until March at Lexus of Memphis at 2600 Ridgeway and online at lexusofmemphis.com. Your one and only Lexus dealership in Memphis. This great Winter Collection Sales event has super special financing offers featuring the flagship LS500 and Lexus named the #1 certified pre-owned program in the industry for the 4th straight year by U.S. News and World Report. The Winter Collection Sale now until March at Lexus of Memphis. Experience amazing at Lexus of Memphis.
Hi, this is Troy Five-Ash, owner of Five-Ash Roof Services. You've heard me talk about how we offer the best products, the best warranties, and the best services for years. Now let's talk about pricing. Pricing should never be the only reason you hire a contractor, but in today's world, pricing is always a consideration. So we suggest you get 2 or 3 estimates for your roof replacement from a reputable, licensed, and insured company, and then give us a call. If we can't beat your best price for a comparable roof system by more than $100, we'll give you $100. It's that simple. We are so sure we can offer you the best price, beating all other qualified companies, we will hand you $100 if we can't. And thank you for the opportunity. So give us a call. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Make $100? Five-Ash Roof Services, a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Five-Ash Roof Services, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Everyone wanna act like they important, but all that mean nothing when I saw my door. Everyone counting on me, drop the ball. Everything custom like I'm at the bottom. If you win it, put your lighters to the sky. How could I make sense when I got millions on my mind? Coming with it, I just put it to the side. Bought a sense of baby, they could see it in my eyes.
Everybody. Let's go. All right, so we are back with you as we continue hour number 2. Hour number 3 on the way. Talk to Rob Fisher.
It's coming.
Oh, you better believe it's coming. It's coming. It's almost here. As a matter of fact, we'll talk to Fish about what's going on with the Grizzlies and more. We see we mentioned the NBA back at it, and we are basically 1 year removed from all the COVID situation that happened. It was crazy, but now as we begin or not hour number 2, but half number 2 of the league back at it. Has anything changed for you about how you expect things to go at the top? The performances that we've seen. I mean, Brooklyn, you expected Brooklyn to win the East. They are lurking right there. The Sixers are going to be without Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons to start the season, the second half of the season, because of the haircut situation.
So wild.
The Bucks. The Bucks are the team that just beat the Grizzlies, but you can see they're flawed team. Not there, and then the rest of the East is kind of what it is. Celtics, Knicks, everyone kind of around that 500 mark at that point. The West, the Jazz with a big lead, but no one believes in the Jazz until they actually win a significant playoff series with this group. Phoenix right there in second place. I don't know how long that'll last, but very impressive first half of the season for them. Lakers, Clippers, and the Grizzlies down there in 10th place, right there in the mix. Has anything changed for you about evaluating either of these conferences?
No, that potential Sixers Nets matchup is going to be good, and I'm on record as saying I think the Nets are going to run through the East, but that Sixers matchup can be good. We both criticized Philadelphia bad last year, like the things that they didn't do with their roster or whatever. But that team, they're a lot better built to compete long term now than they were this time last year, and it's going to be a good matchup between them and the Nets. It's crazy how the hype and the buzz and the tenseness around whether Giannis was going to come back to the Bucks or not was bigger than anything they've done this season. And they're still a good team, but it's like there was much more attention on whether Giannis is going to come back or not this year than the actual fact that he's here this year. Because that Bucks team seems like they're not even in the equation. Everyone's pretty much counting them out, and they've been a good team. I think the two teams in the East will be the Sixers and the Nets. Out West, I don't take Utah seriously. I think the Lakers will come out of the West. I think people are kind of sleeping on the Clippers. I think they're going to get things together. I wouldn't be surprised to see them get involved and make some moves at the deadline. Something else I think that's intriguing for the whole league is what's going to happen with Houston. I think that Houston is preparing to gut that roster, and you'll see a lot of teams, contending teams, coming through like a rummage sale and grabbing the P.J. Tuckers of the world, the Eric Gordons of the world, and making deals to get those guys.
The Ben McLemores.
Yeah, the Ben McLemores of the world, And I think they're
David Nwabas of the world.
Yeah, all those guys. I think that you'll start. You're going to see
garbage players that
rummage
sale is right.
Yeah, you're going to start
more like rubbish sale.
Yeah, like seriously, you're going to see teams, pretty much tearing that roster apart here at the deadline. So I think that could shift some things around. There's some good guys. If you pull those guys away from that situation, you stick them in the right team, and they can make some things happen. A guy like P.J. Tucker with the Nets would be incredible for them. You know what I mean? So
Oladipo.
Yeah, a guy like Victor Oladipo. Where does he end up? Those type of. Yeah, you got a lot of things with the roster, the cap situation, things like that. Salaries, making numbers work, but I think you'll see a lot of guys on the Houston team end up playing for contender.
Who of those guys are difference makers? I mean, P.J. Tucker, do you think he's a difference maker?
Yeah, Eric Gordon. What are we talking about? Yeah. Ben McLemore, lowest basketball IQ in the NBA, but he can make threes. I mean,
Ben McLemore is not a difference maker in any way other than a negative.
Ben McLemore can catch and shoot. If he can't do nothing else.
Yeah, and he misses, though. He catches and shoots. And
Stop it. What's he shooting this year? I don't know. I know he was good last year. What's he shooting this year? And we talk all the time about shooting decoys, man. Guys who just get a reputation of making teams offend him.
Shooting 31%.
Oh, yeah, he's done.
Yeah, like I said.
When I heard his name, I was like, it has to be Brooklyn that wants him, right? There's no way.
Ben McLemore, you can't. He is. I mean, Man, no. Not on my team.
No.
A real mental midget.
No,
mental little person. I'm sorry. I didn't know what that meant.
Saying it's about 2 points.
I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what that meant. Forgive me.
I'd like to apologize for
apologize right now.
Comments I made.
It's a word I've heard several times and no idea what it was.
Reflect my feeling. I'm going to take some time away to learn and grow from this.
Yes.
And, I must get better.
Let me get my black paper, my white font, Times New Roman, Trajan Pro,
Comic Sans.
Hit you with that good Trajan Pro font.
Can you imagine if he did it in Comic Sans? Like,
yeah.
I pledge to get better. I apologize.
Right.
Ben McLemore, get out of here.
Somebody gonna hold that dude, bro. Like somebody wanted Jeff Green. What are we talking about?
When did Ben McLemore ever make a team better? At what point has that ever happened? It never happened.
He was good for Houston. What was that, last year?
Yeah.
Man, don't be mad because Ben McLemore didn't talk to you in the locker room.
What do you mean? Ben McLemore talked to me just fine.
No, it's just fine.
It's same as anybody else talks to me.
I don't even think I covered the team at all and that locker room wise. And he was.
I talked to him a few times. Yeah, he's a nice guy. Nothing wrong with him as a person. Just
you know who used to get on my nerves in the locker room though? A guy who I pulled for, but he was real. I'm scared to say calling about anything these days. But you know, a guy that really grinded my gears when he was here.
He's grinding your gears.
But I used to pull for him. Jeff Green, man. Right. Just weird in the locker room.
Oh, yeah.
Super weird in the locker room, bro.
Yeah, real weird dude. Had a real weird demeanor. Just a real smarmy kind of guy.
Yeah, like get out of here, Jeff Green.
I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it. He was a little smarmy. Didn't care for the attitude.
Yep.
Didn't appreciate it.
He'd come out with his little hair sponge and his get out of here.
No, not a fan.
With your bands on.
I am
meow.
a fan.
Too much meow in the locker room with Jeff Green was it.
Be a dog. So we'll come back. We'll talk to Rob Fisher. I am a fan of Rob Fisher. And we'll talk to Fish about the upcoming second half of the season that starts tonight as the Grizzlies take on the Wizards. We'll do that next. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5. 96.1!
You're scrambling around. You need a haircut. Where you gonna go? I got a place that has 15 locations. I've got a place where details matter. I've got a place that can be invigorating and relaxing at the same time. You know what it is. It's Supercuts. Every haircut ends with the signature hot towel finish. Every haircut matters. When you're getting ready, you go into Supercuts. The stylist will pay attention to every detail. So you get the haircut you want, and, of course, you're going to finish with that signature hot towel. You walk out clean, sharp, and not just ready, but super ready. And you might want to ask that hairstylist about what the Tea Tree experience is. One part invigorating, one part relaxing. The Tea Tree experience is something you need to try. 15 locations. I mentioned that, didn't I? All you've got to do is go to supercuts.com. You'll find the one nearest to you. Get super ready at Supercuts.
Hey, we understand. With everything that's happening, with all the new regulations, maybe you're not ready to come and hang out at Sweetgrass to catch a ball game. We want you to. We really do. And we're open for you to do just that. But we're also offering the next best thing, the new Sweetgrass Tailgate Party Packs. Whether it's wings, house-made dips, sliders, or other Sweetgrass tasty treats, all you have to do is call us or go to sweetgrassmemphis.com to order just what you're dreaming of when you're dreaming of watching sports and enjoying some sweet, sweet Sweetgrass.
Hey, I heard that you just got a new car.
Yes, I sure did, and I could not believe how simple it was.
Really? Tell me what happened.
I bought my car at Cars Inc. They are family owned, and the choices of cars were the best I've ever seen. They even said they could price match with anyone and help me with whatever financing I needed.
Wow, it does sound like they know what they are doing.
Their family has been in the car business for over 30 years, and they're excited about being in Memphis.
Where are they?
5095 Cummington Way, and their phone number is 901-623-7180.
If you're going on vacation, making a college campus visit, or if business takes you out of town,
There's just no better place to board your dog than Barks and Recreation, 965 Reddick Cove between Bud Davis Cadillac and the Blue Plate Cafe in East Memphis. Boarding, daycare, grooming, we have the best of everything at Barks. Indoor-outdoor kennels so your family member can go in and out as they please. Indoor and outdoor play areas. 4 walks a day. Group play and individual attention from the best staff in the Mid-South, which includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
I know the sweetest thing in Memphis, and I know it's been around for 115 years. You know, I'm talking about Dinstall's, and it's time to stock up heavy on Cashew Crunch, Heavenly Crunch, Turtlettes, all of your favorite Dinstall's treats. So easy to get. The sweetest thing in Memphis, all you have to do is head to Laurelwood or head to Germantown and Poplar right across from the hospital, or go where they make the candies. That's on Pleasant View. There's nothing that says Memphis better than Cashew Crunch with that little tinge of coconut, or the Turtlettes. Let's face it, there's nothing better than Dinstall's chocolate. That's the mainstay of all candies, isn't it? Milk chocolate, although their dark chocolate is pretty darn good. And if you get the peppermint with the dark chocolate and put it in the freezer, you're going to love it. So many ways to love Dinstall's. Stock up heavy on all of your favorite Dinstall's treats. 115 years of making Memphis oh so sweet.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
Nothing new to report on the roadway. Still dealing with the accident on Thomas Street at Jackson Avenue. Also, over in Madison County, I-40 eastbound approaching Campbell Street. Right now, they're still clearing out the road from that accident due to a vehicle that was on fire, and also there are bridge inspectors in that area as well. So if you can use another route in that direction, I-40 eastbound approaching Campbell Street in Madison County. And that is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Body that, ate it up and gave it back. Yeah, you look good, but they still want to know we're making it. Saucy like a barbecue, but you won't get your baby back. See me in that dress and he felt like he almost tasted that. Num, 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 eat it up.
Hot boys, hot boys, we on fire. Hot boys, hot boys, we on fire.
I'm a huge fan of the Joe Budden podcast, right?
Yep.
And he said something in the last episode to just kind of shout out to having them antibodies too. It's the antibody theme song. But anyway, he said something that, like, I was like, yeah, like, I'm glad you understand that, Joe Budden. He was talking about Drake's latest EP and the 3 songs he dropped. And he said, yeah, so Drake dropped his radio hit song, he dropped his Memphis song, and he dropped his I can't remember what he called the Rick Ross song, but yeah, he called the second song a Memphis song, and he broke it down saying, yeah, that's Memphis style music that Drake was influenced by, and like a lot of guys are influenced by. Like a lot of music sounds like Memphis music.
Talking about the one with Lil Baby in it?
Mm-hmm.
Little Baby?
If you listen to a lot of music today, it sounds like what we grew up on in the 90s with 3 6 Mafia.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of mainstream music sounds like it was heavily influenced by the Memphis sound.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Joe Budden for recognizing that. And,
I've been saying that for a while, man.
Yeah.
We need to appreciate the influence that Memphis has, and I think it's starting to get the acclaim nationally and internationally as a hip hop capital, not just a Elvis capital. And I think you're seeing that the influence of that now starting to really be on the level of Houston and Atlanta and areas like that. I mean, it's the same. There's a certain.
Dare I say that the modern Atlanta sound came from so many transplants from the Memphis area.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. And I think the modern Atlanta sound for sure. And I'm talking about the kind of 90s Atlanta sort of thing. And then there are all these. There's certain little things that you associate with like West Coast, East Coast, Houston, and all this stuff. And Memphis for a long time didn't get the appreciation for that kind of stuff. But there's definitely a distinctive style, and it is all over the place because it's great. Because it's fantastic.
Oh yeah,
that's what it is.
Yep.
So if you ask, we talked about that time. What would happen if you had a Bone Thugs versus 3-6 versus battle?
Hey, murder them.
Because guess what? What's the Cleveland sound?
Come on, man.
Ain't no Cleveland sound.
Yep.
There is a Memphis sound, and remember that.
That's what we need, man. We need more We need more city battles, man. We need to get like Atlanta versus Memphis and get the all 3-6 and everybody, the whole crew, the Pooh Shiesties.
Pooh Shiesty.
Do it for the fans, man. Memphis versus Houston, that type of thing. Let's go. Let's go.
Papa John out here.
Papa John's versus Little Caesars out here. You think Little Caesar ain't racist?
I think the Little Caesar guy is good. I think he's good to go. I think he's a help. I think the Illich family that owned that. I believe they were good.
I mean the actual Little Caesar dude, like the little Greek.
Oh, Little
dude.
Caesar dude,
Yeah.
like Julius Caesar, little Julius Caesar.
N-word.
Yeah,
You only can say 2 words, a word twice.
I don't know. He's probably very.
Peter,
very
you see Ren 10-10.
Woke.
You see Ren 10-10, and I see a racist. You see the Little Caesar man. I see a slave owner.
Oh man!
It's a little dude with a little pitchfork, whatever that thing is, a little spear in his hand, with a toga on. You think that dude's pro-black out here? Come on, man.
Hour number 3 is
Miles
here.
Leonard. Shocking that the dude.
Who's Miles Leonard?
What did I say?
His
Myers
brother?
Leonard. Yeah, my bad.
That's
Myers
his,
Leonard.
That's his alter
You thinking of
ego.
Miles Bridges?
Yeah, consider
They
me
look very
shocked
similar.
that the dude who was standing up while all of his teammates were kneeling during the national anthem.
I
Consider
know.
me
I know.
shocked
Yeah,
that
we
that
didn't
dude-
even talk about that. That's a whole different.
Then his
situation
teammates
right there.
had their arms still locked around this dude's legs to show him, yeah, bro. Even though you ain't with us, we with you, fam.
Yep, exactly. Ridiculous.
Get out of here.
Ridiculous. Well, joining us now, someone who's not ridiculous. Well, not most of the time. Sometimes he is our good friend Rob Fisher, who's getting set for tonight's return to action after having had the better part of a week off. Rob Fisher, but you better strap on your gear because you're about to get after it. 40 games, 68 days starting tonight. Are you ready for it?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
But
I like your
on my
honesty.
way on the way for my second half haircut, so I'll be more ready.
Oh, watch out. Ben Simmons, watch out.
Has your
Joel
barber
Embiid,
quarantined?
watch
Has your barber
out.
been quarantined?
Yes, she has. Shout out 1776 Men's Grooming Parlor. Great work over there on Yates Road. My girl,
Who's your stylist over there?
Caitlin.
Caitlin,
she's amazing. And
yeah, I know. Kate. I think I used to. There was a girl, a young lady over there who she moved to a different salon. I moved with her. She was my stylist for a long time. So shout out. Appreciate
yeah,
that.
shout out Emily too. When Caitlin's not available, I'll go.
Oh, you got the backup.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Emily does the summer hair. Caitlin does the in-season hair. So
okay.
Fish's barbershop experience is a little different than yours, I'd imagine.
Yeah, my barber's a pastor as well, and he went on like a sabbatical / trip to Mecca or Israel or something like that. Dude was gone for like 6 weeks. I was like, man, this ain't working, man. You gotta take me with you. You gotta take me with you, fam. Me and Gabe.
Which way did he go? Did he go to Mecca or did he go to Israel? That's a big difference. Is
he went to the
he
Holy
Muslim
Land.
or is he?
He went to Israel. He was in the Holy
Okay,
Land.
well then okay.
I was like, I understand you trying to see Jesus. I'm just trying to see this
Can't go to
this
Mecca
taper
unless you're
fade over
Muslim.
him. Like, that man was gone for 6 weeks. Like, fam,
Yeah.
this ain't it.
I don't have that problem with Caitlin.
Maybe you should have gone. Maybe you should have gone to Caitlin.
I
Saying,
don't
have you
know
ever
if
thought
Caitlin
about
can
going
do
to
nothing with
Caitlin?
me, man. Caitlin, this ain't the same hair as Rob. You know,
I'll ask her.
she might give me the hot towel treatment and the massage room and the beard.
What's wrong with that?
Beard massage.
What's wrong with the hot towel treatment? What's wrong with the hot towel treatment?
That's all well and good, but I need that. You know what I'm saying?
What? You need that what?
Man, what you trying to get me to say, man? I need her to be able to cut a black man's head. That's what I need. I don't know if Caitlin can do all
I know
that.
that, but I'm saying, what if she can cut? What if she can cut black hair and give you a hot towel treatment? Why can't she do
I'm
both?
willing to be questionable, like the Grizzlies say. I'm not gonna upgrade that to probable. That's gonna be very questionable. We'll talk about that after the All-Star break.
Maybe you can tag her in to do a hot towel after the
We'll revisit that after the break. Sometime this season.
Rob Fisher, why is Jaren Jackson Jr. not playing? Come on, why are you holding him out?
I guess they feel he's not ready yet, or they're just being overly cautious.
Why are you holding him out?
I don't know.
That's the question.
Why are you holding him out, Rob?
I'm not doing anything. I want him to play. I want him to be questionable tonight, but he's not. And, it's I don't know when it's going to be. I mean, I'm kind of in the same mode that I was with Justice. Not being around the team, really don't have any information for you. I don't know. I don't know if he's ready. It seems as though everybody you talk to says that he's good to go. He's ready to go, but they're being overly cautious. And, this is a guy, they want to make sure he's 100% before he comes back. I think that, the injuries that he's gone through, he's had a couple of serious ones now in just a couple of years in the league. And, you see what's happened in Dallas with Porzingis coming back, and then he's in and out of the lineup constantly. I don't think they want that. I think they want when he's back, and he'll play every game. So I think it's just overly cautious. And, hey, it worked with Justice Winslow, and hopefully it'll work with Jaren, and hopefully it'll be soon.
My whole thing is that I just think it's hard to protect a guy from injuries because injuries are so random. So many crazy things can happen.
I know.
I think that even if you get him to the point where you think he's man of steel, I mean, he still can go out there. Because I remember, can't remember what it was. It was some Marc Gasol injury where it was something like I don't know, it's just something weird. Like they were trying to prevent something, and then when they finally let him do, those kind of things happen is what I'm trying to say. So I just think that's a bad practice. If he's ready to go, let him go. Like I don't think you can't really play with chance like that. Just let the kid play, and if he gets hurt, he's going to get hurt eventually anyway. I mean, that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of felt that way too when you talk about, guys taking load management nights off. I mean, you could get hurt in practice. You could get hurt away from the floor. I mean, I think it's, you can't be too overly cautious. And, because things can happen. But if he's good to go, he's good to go. I'm with you on that. But I think the Grizzlies certainly take a different approach. And, it's not all about this year. It's about going forward and years down the road. So you understand, but, I wish he'd be out there, and hopefully it'll be soon. I don't know. I don't have a gauge of when it possibly will be, but hopefully it'll be soon. Because Taylor Jenkins really hasn't given us anything when it comes to progress or how close we are. It's just he's doing everything right and he's getting his work in, and well, is he almost ready? And, we don't know.
Answer. Well, Rob, speaking pop star to pop star, being that you're not a media member, just like I'm not. What's going on with these guys, man? Why aren't guys like the Peter Emersons of the world?
Garbage.
Why aren't they asking the hard questions like, hey, coach, did Jaren practice today? Why aren't those type of things happening? What's wrong with these guys, bro? The Peter Emersons.
I don't know. I guess those media people, maybe they're scared. I don't know. Is that it, Peter? I don't know.
Not going to dignify any of this with a response.
Or is it just a matter of what the answer is going to be?
I had to read stories last night.
It was story time at the Emerson house.
It was story time. We're reading Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
Doing, man.
And I enjoy that. I like reading stories. I enjoy reading stories with my children. Heaven forbid.
Yeah, well, could have taken a couple minutes. It's just a quick question. I mean, I don't know.
Is it? Is that quick? Is it really? They're really on time with the Zoom stuff? Everything's on time? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, well,
Is it
yeah,
quick?
that's true.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I missed it last night too.
Exactly. I'll be happy. Listen, I'll be happy to jump on after the game and give you guys some stuff to talk about after you post.
Give us some good juicy stuff. Yeah, man.
Give us some juice. What's the deal? I'm gonna come on. Today. I was just gonna be like, what is the deal? What are you hiding?
What's the deal?
What are you hiding? That's gonna be the question. I'm not gonna say. I'm giving no context to any of it. I'm just gonna say, Corey or whoever will be like, Peter Edmiston, and I'll say, what are you hiding? And just scream it like that, and then that's the question.
Corey always sounds like he has so much better stuff he could be doing.
I don't know. Corey sounds like he's just incredibly bored with the whole thing. He's like, as a reminder, please use the hand raise feature if you want to talk.
Thank you, John.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
I don't know if they'll call on you anymore after that question.
What are you hiding? Just be straight with the people. He'll be like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I don't know. Just thought I'd scream.
It's been a long break.
Hey, I got some stuff happening over here. I just back off.
I'm about to mute you, Peter Edmiston. All right, Anthony Sane. Welcome as a pop star. We welcome you to the Zoom.
Yeah, maybe
that's his speech.
To ask the hard question. I don't know.
I've asked plenty of hard questions. I don't know. I guess I'll have to do it again. That's fine. I can do it. It's no problem.
We're counting.
I'll do it. I'll do it in the pregame. Okay. If no one else, I'm gonna jump on the pregame today, and I'll ask that question. If no one
what
else.
What are you hiding?
Ask it. Yeah. I'll ask it. What are you hiding? I'll ask the question. It'll say something like this: did Jaren Jackson Jr. practice? Has he practiced at all? What kind of level of participation does he have? Something
Peter,
and when's he coming back? I want to. Well, how close are we to having him back?
Let's say
super.
He's super excited about Jaren's continual recovery. Where he's certainly on the track of being full throttle, and who can say what is participation anyway? Is such a interesting word. Participate. We participate in so many things sometimes. And he certainly has participated as a teammate in so many options. You see him out there, and he's just been such a great guy and such a great teammate. We're certainly giving him his vitamins. And he's certainly been participating in certain levels of participation. Been great on the bench.
Did he practice?
Did he practice or not? What is practicing these days? I mean, practice can be, who we all practice things, don't we?
Just taking his time to recharge.
Are you saying is he a lawyer? Is he practicing law? I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe did he practice? Could have. Maybe was he watching the practice? That was a great show. I used to watch that. What is it? What is it?
Well, practice makes perfect, Peter, and
but not just perfect practice.
Jaren's
makes
just
perfect.
been a perfect teammate during the break. And
perfect teammate.
What does that mean? He practiced or what? Because he's perfect. Does that mean? Wait, what do you say?
Oh man! All right. So, and the thing is, I really like Taylor Jenkins, and when he lets his on the rare occasions that he.
He's been well
in the rare occasions that he lets his guard down, he's extremely fun to talk to, but it's just very rare that happens because
I know what we got to do. I know what we got to do.
He's been so ingrained in the Grizzlies program. Let's just say.
I know what we got to do to get the real answers out of coach. We got to send in a legend. We got to send in Amy Steigmeyer.
Oh, okay.
She'll
okay.
She'll get the real response out of coach.
I want you to ask it as Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, that might get him. Yeah. That might get him too.
Sign in as Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, I could, huh? What's Dylan's email?
Next question is from Dylan Brooks.
d.brooks@grizzlies.com.
Coach, studying film.
Being that I'm the star of the team, I was just wondering how many games we're going to keep out Jaren in order to preserve my greatness.
When will I get the
most improved player
shots?
Now that's pop star material. You do that. You might get an answer.
Yes.
Yeah, I might do that for real.
Hit up the cash app.
Hey, it's
get
grand
that cash
opening,
up.
Grand closing.
You got to help me get that cash.
Grand closing on that one.
Put my cash app out there, Rob. You know what I did to Dylan Brooks? I got paid to do that, right? A fan literally gave me $100 to ask that question.
That's true.
So I'm had to do that.
That's how pop stars.
That's how pop
do it,
stars. Yeah,
Peter.
That is one of the craziest things I've ever seen that actually happened. That a fan gave you
a media member $100 to ask a question.
Gave you $100 to ask a question. I mean, that is absurd.
Oh, we could all make
That is
better
the-
living.
Hey,
I mean-
pop stars don't just show up to this stuff, man. It's a rare appearance. You gotta pay. You gotta pay a premium to see us show
Yeah.
up to stuff like that, man.
That's right.
I mean,
That's
it's just unbelievable. Like,
that is kind of crazy. It's beyond crazy.
it's not kind of crazy. It's incredibly crazy. Like I didn't realize I could I could throw out I mean you want some questions. I mean if I knew this was this lucrative, I got all kinds of questions for you.
It's like Cameo Light.
That
you
is
know?
started a cameo or something.
Yeah,
man.
it's Cameo Light.
Just eliminate the middleman. Just going straight to my cash app.
Yeah.
Cameo's not getting to cut it off. Maybe I should do this for all teams, for all NBA teams. Offer my services to ask the tough questions.
Yes.
You should.
I might be sitting on the gold mine.
Rob Fisher, right now, will the Grizzlies make more or less than one trade this year? In the next, we're basically 2 weeks away from the trade deadline.
Let's go more.
Okay. All right.
Just
Who
because
do you think's
I mean,
gonna be traded?
I don't know. I think at every opportunity they've had to do stuff, they've done stuff. Whether it's been in the off season or at the trade deadline, they've always been very active. I don't think they're actively shopping, but I think they would actively be answering their phone.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking news: Rob Fisher of.
I said think. I think.
Yeah,
And again, I'm not a media person. I'm not reporting. I'm
Yeah.
just speculating. I'm like Michael Rappaport. I just speculate.
Don't be like Michael Rappaport, just in general.
No, I don't
That's
want to be
bad.
like Michael Rappaport, although he is America's favorite party guest.
Depends on which party you're going to on that one. I don't know what the party.
Somehow
certain
he gets
parties.
in them. He's in all of them.
He's in it. So you think
I
of that?
think
What
I'll
about?
say over.
You'll say over. Okay. All right.
That's just based on track record.
Is Jaren Jackson Jr. going to play a game in the month of March?
Oh, what's today? The 10th?
Yep.
Yes. He will play in March.
Okay. I like it.
I'm not reporting.
All right.
I'm not reporting anything. I'm just saying.
Just speculation.
Speculation only, guessing only. I'll say yes.
But you think it's
But
gonna
it won't be. But I don't think it'll be this week.
Okay. All right. Don't think it'll be this week. Don't think it'll be next week. But maybe the weekend.
Maybe more probable.
More probable than that. If you are the Grizzlies, when do you now shift Justice Winslow into the starting lineup? Does that happen tonight? Now that you've had like a practice session, you've had some time to see. He's played 6 games. He's played really well. He meshes really well with John Morant. Do you think that now? Because if it's going to happen eventually, he's not going to remain a 6-man forever.
Yeah, you'd think so. Boy, these are tough. I didn't know there'd be.
See, you think I didn't ask the tough questions, Rob Fisher? Come on.
Well, it's to me. I mean, that's not really that exciting.
That's pretty exciting.
I think.
I don't know. I think so.
I don't think he's starting by tonight. I don't.
Okay.
I don't think he's in the starting lineup tonight. I don't
Anthony
know.
Singh?
I just don't know. I don't know when the right time is to move him to the starting lineup. If you're going to move him to the starting lineup, just because since he's been back, it's worked the way that it is.
Mm-hmm.
So he might just keep going the way that it is.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say. I mean, Taylor kind of sticks with what worked, and so far it's worked. So, it's not a matter of whether or not he starts; it's a matter of whether or not he finishes. And I think that could be the case with Justice. Oh, come on! I think that could be the case with Justice, at least for now.
If you check his history, there aren't many occasions where Taylor's just. I don't recall any where he's made an adjustment just based off of making adjustments. I've seen him make changes due to injury. And there's been a lot of injuries, guys in and out of rotation. So, but as far as I think this will work better. He doesn't have a history of really doing that too often. If you look, every time he makes a change, it's because of injury. Other than that, he's riding with what with the he's dancing with the girl he brought to the dance.
See, that's the thing.
And I think
stuff works till it doesn't. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Stuff works till it doesn't. That's and it's you jump out in front of it rather than try to wait till it's not working. I don't like that approach.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you tell him about that when you talk?
Yeah,
to him
and in
tonight?
one of your press conferences.
Ask him what he's hiding.
Well, maybe I will.
What are you hiding?
What are you hiding? Oh, jeez.
When's Jaron back? When's Justice starting? Go.
2-part question. 1, what are you hiding? And 2, what's really going on?
I'll hang up and listen.
I'll hang up and listen. Thank you. 2-part question. Number 1, how you feeling? Number 2, what's going on?
Should be a great first night of questioning here tonight. Great to be back. Man.
I'm about, in the other, here's just as a side note here before we have to say goodbye. Because of the restrictions on Zoom calls and stuff and the lack of follow-up questions, I may unleash the world's first 3-part question at some point.
Whoa.
You're swinging the big
Coach,
stick, man.
3-parter.
3-part question. Get out the notepad and can you jot down here? We're number 1 here. When is Jaren Jackson Jr. coming back? Number 2, has Jaren Jackson practiced? Number 3, will Justice Winslow start tonight? Number 4, what are you hiding?
I hope you're first.
Peter Emerson.
Media guy.
4-part question, Coach. I really might try that. I don't know, just to see.
You know what I miss? I miss the days of Jason Wallace and anything else. Like we may never hear that again.
I think we'll hear.
We're
it.
not allowed to say yes. I have something else. Like those days are over, man.
I know you can't.
Oh man, it sucks. The days of Jason
Scrums, the days of scrums.
Bums and scrums are over.
But the scrums are over.
Anything else?
Scrums are over. Anything else? All right, Rob Fisher. You can see him tonight.
With a fresh haircut, thanks to Caitlin here at 1776 Men's Grooming Parlor.
COVID free.
Did you say here at? Are you doing it from
are
there?
you
Are you
live
doing
in the
it from there? Are you live from the barbershop?
I'm sitting in the parking lot right here. Yes.
Yeah, baller move, man.
yes. Tell Caitlin we said it low if you would.
I will.
And we wish her all the best. And really, the pressure's on her to perform here because you got to look good for tonight's broadcast. So I hope she knows what she's dealing with here. Thank you very much, Rob Fisher. We're going to be watching tonight, and it's going to be good. Hopefully, I'll have a little content for you guys on the pre and post.
I hope you do, because I know Anthony won't, because he's a pop star like myself.
They ain't got time for it. They ain't got time for it. $100 for the Bears.
There would be nothing better, though. Just for $100, you can hear him ask Dylan Brooks ask Coach Jenkins a question tonight.
Or any other person you want me to impersonate. I got you.
Yeah, $100. That's it.
All right. Thank you, Fish.
I want you to do Giannotto while Giannotto's on the line. While he's sitting there waiting.
If you got, you should sign in as Giannotto. And then Giannotto's on there.
Wait,
go to Mark Giannotto.
I haven't said anything.
What have you learned from Penny?
With Penny. With Penny in town. With James Wiseman. You guys are getting ready to play James Wiseman.
Whoa, man.
Oh man, we're gonna have to start doing other media members impersonations. While
wait a minute, who is
in
this?
The Zoom?
Is that Anthony Sane? Man, I'm sick of this.
Oh, it's gonna be the best. All right, we gotta go. Fish, love you, buddy. Take care. We'll talk soon.
All right, fellas, go Grizz.
All right, bro.
That's right. He's the best. Rob Fisher. Watch him tonight. Grizzlies Live 6:30. Tip off 7:08ish in that neighborhood. Grizzlies and Wizards, much more to get to as we roll on here from hour number 3 in Family Leisure Studios, brought to you by our friends at Acura of Memphis, Real Sports Star, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Get your fill of sports for lunch every weekday on Sports 56 Middays with Greg and Eli. The latest sports talk, sought after guests, your calls and texts, prize giveaways, and more every weekday from 10 to 1 on Sports 56.
I'm John Conway with Conway Services. Is your home's main sewer line backed up? Do you have multiple plumbing fixtures in your home backing up? Better call the Rooter experts at Conway Services for our $99 main drain opening special with accessible cleanout. We'll come out and open the home's main drain for only $99. And if it should clog again over the next year, we'll come back and open it again for free. Springtime is when tree roots start growing, and many of them find their way right into your sewer line. We'll inspect your main sewer line using our state-of-the-art Rooter Vision camera system, all for only $99. That's right, Conway Services' $99 main drain opening special with accessible cleanout and a camera inspection. Trust the Rooter experts at Conway Services for all your drain and sewer needs. So call Conway Services, the Mid-South's premier heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric service company at 384-3511. Your neighborhood Rooter experts.
Call 384-3511. Conway Services. Call Conway today.
Hey, my name's James, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A's Grilled Spicy Deluxe is the first bite, you get a little kick of spice, and then that cilantro and lime sauce that kind of balances things out. Just delicious.
Hey, I'm Amber. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A new Grilled Spicy Deluxe is how well all of the ingredients complement each other. It's so good. I like bob my head side to side, dancing while I eat.
Chick-fil-A's Grilled Spicy Deluxe Sandwich, available for a limited time only. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Hi, I'm Tito Beveridge, founder and master distiller at Tito's Handmade Vodka. In 1997, I started the first micro distillery in the state of Texas with my dog, Dog Joe, at my side. We're still working with dogs out at the distillery after all these years. Learn more about how dogs are a part of life here at Tito's Handmade Vodka at vodkafordogpeople.com. Tito's Handmade Vodka is made from corn and naturally gluten-free. Cheers. 80 proof Tito's Handmade Vodka, distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. Tito'sVodka.com.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
I'm eating stars tonight. So watch me bring the fires at the night light. Shining through the city with the
Championship week, college basketball. A lot of fun. Watch that Gonzaga BYU game last night. Good game. Saying I know you're a college basketball hater in general, but
yeah,
that was a good game.
I do prefer the G League over college basketball. I said that last
That was a
year.
good game. That was an enjoyable game. Gonzaga, they said it was a needed test, and it probably, it is. It's hard to go in undefeated to the NCAA tournament and know that you are either going to finish as undefeated champions of college basketball, or you're going to lose, and that's going to be it, and you're not going to win a championship. Like that's a particularly cruel blow for a team that's been, so good for so long. They're the fifth team to enter the NCAA tournament unbeaten since Indiana was the last unbeaten national champion back in 1976. And the other four did not do it. Hasn't happened since Kentucky in 2014, 2015, that Karl Anthony Towns, Devin Booker team that made it all the way to the Final Four and lost to Wisconsin in the Final Four. Wichita State the year before was undefeated, and they were a top seed, but they got Kentucky as an 8 seed in the round of 32 and lost in what was a fabulous basketball game. That game was still one of the best tournament games I've ever seen, in terms of talent and intensity and like the score, and like that was a real like game. I got to go back and look at what the final score was, but I remember it being a pretty high scoring game. And it was awesome. It was an awesome, intense game. Felt bad for you. Yeah, 78-76, and that's when legendary Andrew Harrison went off. Former Grizzly great Andrew Harrison went off with his brother in that game. And you know who was on the other side? Fred VanVleet, who missed the game, what a potential game-winning three-pointer for Wichita State in that matchup. Then you have to go back to UNLV in 1991. They lost to Duke in Final Four. And then Indiana State finished the runners-up, losing to Magic Johnson. That was the Michigan State-Indiana State Magic versus Larry Bird final. So a real history, an iconic situation. I ask you, college basketball expert Anthony Sane, does Gonzaga go on to win the national championship?
I was going to ask you that. I was going to ask you, do you take them seriously? I know that they're,
of course I take them seriously.
They should, man. But I would love to see that, bro. Especially in a year like this, I would love to see a team like Gonzaga win it all. Like, that's what I want to see that happen, man. I think a lot of narratives would die if Gonzaga won the whole thing.
Well, Gonzaga's going to be. I mean, they're national. They're going to be a significant favorite, pretty much across the board, in all of this, and rightly so. I mean, because the difference this year for them and some of these other teams that are out there is, they have some of the other like mid-major type teams that are doing like they don't have a mid-major type schedule. They played a good, not a really good non-conference schedule, and then they've got legit lottery talent. Jalen Suggs is a lottery top 2, top 3 type player. We talked about Kispert and how gifted he is. Nembhard is good. Ayayi is going to be an NBA player for he's going to have a 10, 15-year NBA career. They have NBA players, multiple NBA players on this roster, and so. A lot of these other teams didn't have that. They've got wins over Kansas, West Virginia, Iowa, Virginia, BYU 3 times this year. Those are all teams in the top 25 essentially in terms of talent level. So they have like legit quality wins and NBA players. You combine those two things, I don't see any reason. Yeah, I don't see any reason why they're not
super disciplined
Final Four championship team.
Yeah,
they've got depth, they've got experience, they've got.
Pros,
they got that combination of experience, pros.
Coaching.
They've got, again, it's it's the tournament, so weird stuff happens. If everyone just has a bad game, whatever. But like, no, it's I don't see. I think if you're asking me, am I taking Gonzaga or the field? I'm still going to take the field because of all the things that could happen in the NCAA tournament. But if you're asking me if I'm just taking one team. With respect to Baylor and some of the other great teams out there, I'm still taking Gonzaga.
And if they went undefeated, they would be the first team since who to run the table?
76 Indiana.
Yeah, man, I want to see them do that. I want to see them do that, man.
Yeah,
sure.
I would too, and I think Baylor is really really talented and a great story with what they've overcome. Juwan Howard at Michigan is a fun story of his ability to jump in and immediately be a terrific coach. The Big Ten, so much talent in the Big Ten. I mean, you've got a ton of teams there that can certainly be extremely difficult to deal with. Illinois, another example of a great team, and Brad Underwood, who's had success as a tournament coach, not just at Illinois, but then Stephen F. Austin before that, and you've seen there's a lot. Houston, could be in the mix if they if they get the right draw, they could be a very very tough team to deal with. So there's a lot of really good stories coming up, and then of course Alabama or Arkansas, in the tournament. SEC teams, I think they still have some significant possibility to do some damage. But if you're asking me overall, like I'm still taking I'm still taking Gonzaga. Mm-hmm. Their ability to score. We talk about in the tournament, what is the thing that is consistent? And if you have consistent guard play, and we saw last night, Jalen Suggs, man, at the end of that game, that was a really good test that BYU gave them, a very needed test for them. BYU played about as well as you could imagine at a 10-point lead at the half, and they still ended up losing by 10. And a lot of it was because Jalen Suggs at the end of the game, when it was winning time, he took over. And they really haven't had too many games like that. They haven't had, this is not a team that, especially in the conference, I mean, they've just been pounding. It's reminiscent of the Tigers in the Conference USA days when, Cal and everybody, Derrick Rose and those, Jalen Suggs is very reminiscent of Derrick Rose. I mean, the same kind of thing.
I was just about to say that I expect them to really have a coming-out party in the tournament. And speaking
Very
of coming-out
similar.
parties, we talked about Kispert earlier. Like we talked about, how he may be available at the Grizzlies pick regardless of where they are. If they make a run and they win the national championship, Kispert's he's gonna skyrocket because he's gonna be a big part of what made that happen. So, yeah, that dude, I think he's gonna be in top 10, top 12 by the time it's over. Like, but yeah, I'm really intrigued. By this
again, Kispert is he's such a again, like I said, he's the offensive rating and all that stuff. He's got the best offensive rating on the team. He's got the best true shooting percentage on the team. He's shooting 40, almost 45% from three on 162 attempts this year. So that is about 6 per game. He's shooting 65% inside the arc. He's shooting 90% from the free throw line on 88 attempts. Again, he's just he is a born shooter, and he's 6'8". I mean, so that's huge. And on top of that, he plays the more minutes than anybody else on the team. He's all that leadership stuff, everything else. Like, in college, man, he's a devastating weapon, and I think that extends to the pros. I really, really like. I like the way he plays, and
his teammate, his former teammate, Killian Tilly, is already with the Grizzlies.
And
that's exactly right. And Brandon Clark.
Oh, sure. They all played together too. Yeah, because Kispert's kind of old.
Sure did. Yeah, yeah. Kispert is
Kispert's
a senior.
Me and Cody.
Corey.
Yep, him too.
Cody, and,
bro. Corey and Killian.
Corey Kispert was a sophomore when Brandon Clark was there, along with Louis Hachimura, Killian Tilly on that team. Yai as well. The other key. He was on that team too.
The funniest Brandon Clark moment that I know you didn't see in person because you didn't go to the All-Star game last year was when the media members from all over the world were coming to Brandon and saying, "Brandon, give a shout out to your fans in Japan." And he did it for every country. He's like, "Oh, shout out to all my fans in Nicaragua." I'm like, bro, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Papa John just perked up for a second.
Oh, God. Nicaragua. Nah, but seriously,
couldn't that be El Salvador?
Yeah, oh, God. Can we just Nigeria?
Can we do Belize instead? Like,
come on,
Belize?
Nigeria. Oh, my God.
Or Niger?
Why are we opening?
Papa John's, breaking news. We just opened up 5 locations in Nigeria. Oh, God. They want you to come out and speak. They want you to come out and speak. Oh, I have to pass up. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I'm not ready yet. Find me in 16 more months.
Why do we expand to Central America and not go to Guatemala or Panama? Why did it have to be Nicaragua? This is such a difficult situation. Anyway.
The New York Knicks want you to be the official team sponsor. Oh, God, no.
Oh, no, I can't.
Not the Knickerbockers.
I couldn't, no.
Not the Knickerbockers. I can't do it.
I can't do it. Come on, guys.
I don't need it. I definitely don't need it.
Oh, God, man. This is terrible.
I don't need it.
Oh, no. I tried so hard. Come on, Papa. You can't turn down the NBA sponsorship. Oh, God.
It's basketball beyond borders.
What are the Grizzlies doing?
Get behind me, Satan.
What about the Brooklyn Nets? They're in the same. What about the Brooklyn Nets?
Please.
It's close.
Close enough.
It's close. Come on.
They want you to come out for throwback night.
They're going to Papa John. We talked about the song "Gold Digger" is going to be your theme song. Just so you know, Papa. Just we have to use that. We got the rights to that song for this campaign that we're doing. Why? Come on.
Oh, man.
Kispert at one point goes in the game against Virginia, a very good team, typically a very good defensive team. Kispert scored 32 points on 9 of 13 3-point shooting in that game. Come on, man. Let's go. Let's get it. One of his best games of the year. At one point this year, he's shooting well over 50% from three.
Yeah.
He's had multiple games where he's had, three games this year where he's taken over 10 threes and made over 50% of them. 6 of 10, 6 of 11, 9 of 13. That's the volume we're talking about. That's what we need.
Oh, for sure. He's going to be I have a
That's
feeling
what
in
we
my
need
gut
to
he's going to
see.
be a Grizzly, man.
As a player, as a coach, as somebody I'm working with these coaches and working with these players in my off time, just trying to help them get their shot off. That's what I like to see.
Let me ask you this, Peter. If you are the Memphis Grizzlies, if you are King Kleiman, and you know you've got your own first-round pick in your back pocket, would you trade one of the assets you have on your roster in the glutton of wing-type players or possibly even power forward-type players that you have? Would you trade one of those guys to move up if you knew you could get Corey Kispert?
I'll tell you after the break. Here in the Family Leisure
let's
Studios.
talk about it.
Wheel Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ. Listen to us daily on AM 560, 98.5 FM, and 96.1 FM.
If ever there was a time for comfort food, this is it. And there's no comfort food like Sunrise on Jefferson. Fresh-made breakfast featuring Sunrise's signature homemade square biscuits or the huge selection of hot, fresh, and fast lunch items are all part of what has always made Sunrise the most comforting of comfort foods in Memphis. Of course, everything that can be done to keep you and the staff safe at Sunrise is a top priority. And you can always order ahead and get delicious Sunrise to go. At a time this confusing, it's good to know there's one thing you can count on: Sunrise.
Me, but also you. The Pharaoh fast forwards his favorite foreign film, Powder Donut. Okay, what's my line?
The only line I see here on the script is get options based on your budget with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive.
Oh man, that's a tongue twister, huh? I'm sorry, I'm gonna need a few more minutes. Bulbous Walrus, the Bulbous Walrus.
The Name Your Price tool, only from Progressive.
The owl ran afoul of the comatose coxswain.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Hi, folks. Bob Burkhammer for Sunrise Buick GMC Truck. Thinking about buying a newer used car or truck? Remember, the selection's better and the savings are bigger at Sunrise. Over 600 new cars and trucks to choose from. Factory rebates up to $8,000. Interest low as 0%. Bad credit, it's okay. At Sunrise, we've got financing for everybody. SunriseMemphis.com. Where saving your money is just a way of doing business. Covington, Pike, Wolf Chase, and Collierville. We make it fun to buy a car again. Check out the all-new Sunrise Truck Corral. Huge selection of nothing but trucks. All makes, all models, all prices, all trucks, all the time. Next to Sunrise Wolf Chase.
I'm here with the great Pat Donahue from the Rendezvous Restaurant Shipping Department.
Thanks, Brett. We've been shipping our ribs all over the country now for decades from our USDA-inspected shipping kitchen in the Pinch District. We hand-cook our ribs in pits that Mr. Charlie built over charcoal, just like they do at the restaurant.
So what comes in a rib box?
We could do pork shoulder, we could do ribs, our sauce, seasoning, baked beans, coleslaw. We'll even throw in Pancho's cheese dip with our nacho boxes. We also put a bag of Rendezvous seasoned popcorn, heating instructions, some chef hats, some wet naps, and some other helpful tips from our kitchen. We ship our ribs overnight, exclusively FedEx. And we put them in nice packaging. We don't ever want to use styrofoam, so we use corrugated cardboard, actually 2 boxes that fit nice together, so the ribs get to you, your loved ones, or your clients in a safe, wholesome manner. Rendezvous ribs are perfect for out-of-town clients, customers, loved ones. We also ship ribs for any occasion.
Where do we order these great ribs?
You can go to www.hogsfly.com or give us a call at 1-888-464-7359.
Charlie Burgos' Rendezvous Restaurant in the alley since 1948.
Looking for a great place to deposit your money? Try First Bank. Competitive CD rates, a money market that moves with Wall Street prime and interest-bearing checking account options. Not to mention their friendly bankers who make decisions locally. To find out more, stop by one of First Bank's 3 local branches, 6482 Poplar Avenue, just east of International Paper, 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase, and 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland. Or visit firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
I needed some with some bop in it. Let's go. I flew past the whip with that blunt in my mouth, watched it swerving. That whip had a cop in it. My bitch got good, fly her across the country. I finished the show and I hop in it. I got me a million, I did it legitly. I'm still with the
not to be confused with Lil Baby.
The Baby. The Baby.
Even though they didn't make the song Baby on Baby, which is a great hit of 2019.
And confusing.
Pre-COVID. Well. The pre-COVID era.
That's right. That's right. Not to be confused with Justin Bieber's hit "Baby" as well. That's a different situation as well. So, welcome back as we continue here. Brought to you by friends at Acura of Memphis. We're live in the Family Leisure Studios. Going into the break, Anthony Sane had asked me if I were Grizzlies front office royalty, would I trade some of the assets that the Grizzlies have?
If you knew you could move up in the draft.
If I can move up to go, would I target Corey Kispert? The answer is yes, absolutely. I would. I would trade. There's really not that much, again, other than we've got a very solid roster, but it's not. We talked about before my concepts of what the team is like. How many foundational guys the Grizzlies have? They have a few, but are they like all over the place? Do they have a bunch of just untradeable guys? No. The only guys that are untradeable are Ja and Jaren, as far as I'm concerned. Everyone else is some degree of tradable. So, it depends on what the deal is. And obviously, some guys are much more valuable than others. But, if you think that Kispert is a guy that fits a specific need for you, and I think in the Grizzlies case he does, then absolutely I think it's worth making a trade like that. Who on the roster is valuable enough to hang on to, as opposed to getting a guy that can be a 10 to 15 year pro who can shoot at that level. I just don't think there's very many guys that are so valuable that you have to hold on to them in lieu of going to get that kind of an asset. I just don't see it.
Yeah, I would do it for sure, man, because I think he's one of those guys who could really solidify your starting lineup. Whether he's your 3, I'm not sure if he could play the 2 or not, but I think he's the guy that could really solidify your starting lineup for sure, or at least solidify your 8-man rotation going forward. He's a guy that would definitely be, the man in that type of situation. And when you ask people all the time, who would you add to this roster from the Grizzlies past for today's NBA? Like, you could just take one guy out of history. 7 times out of 10, people are going to say Mike Miller. You know what I mean? Yeah. And this is that guy. Like, he brings in that same skill set of not even a better shooter, which is hard to say. But, yeah, he's a guy that definitely would make moves towards. And it could be like a move going from maybe 12 to 10 or 13 to 10. He's the type of guy that I would combine another draft pick for to move up. I could get my hands on another first-round pick. Yeah.
And the Grizzlies, I think the interesting thing is that they've shown so far, the Zach Kleiman and in the front office, Rich Scho and everybody in the front office has shown that they are willing to move around when they find somebody that they want. I mean, they moved up to go get Brandon Clark. They moved up to go get Desmond Bane. They when they go after a player, when they target somebody, and they get to the spot in the draft where they feel like that's the right value, that's the right spot, they go and get them. Mm-hmm. They're willing to trade up to do whatever needs to be done in order to get those players. So, I think he strikes me not only because of the Gonzaga connection, but also just his skill set and everything else. He strikes me as very Grizzly-esque. We've talked about before one of the great triumphs of this Grizzly group so far is that they have truly created a Grizzly player. For the longest time we had interesting players who played for the Grizzlies here, but there was never the concept of a Grizzly player in the same way that there was a Spurs player or a Heat player or one of a Warriors player, whatever. There is that now. You know what a Grizzlies player is. A Grizzlies player is a high IQ, versatile player who
possibly
may not
short
necessarily
arms.
I was going to say, may not necessarily have the longest arms or may not necessarily have certain physical gifts, but a player who is, multidimensional, a player who is more mature than usual, a player who is, maybe age is not as big of a consideration. There's certainly a type that you have, and he fits that type. So that's I could see them making a move.
That was "I Ain't Got No Type" by Ray Shremmerd. One of the great. Bad is the only thing that I like. Cups with the ice.
That was Little Uzi Vert. Of course, you remember what happened to him.
Oh, yeah.
20 years later, his Mind Stone, he evolved into a
vision,
a higher level being. And, we all remember that, of course.
The tragic ending of his life, getting his head cut off by goons.
By Thanos.
Somebody taking a shovel and digging into his brain.
After he oh yeah, that dude dies. Like he better get cremated and have that stone donated to somebody in his will.
Yeah,
because they're gonna dig that dude up for sure.
Yeah, Grizzlies in action tonight. We'll talk about that, and we'll talk to John Gasaway tomorrow. I have lots to discuss with John as we are in championship week, and Dustin Starr as well. So a busy show tomorrow. Y'all have a good one. We'll talk to you soon.